damn near begged, you know, because I was just like, you know, I'm not proud. I'm not too proud. Like, I don't got pride, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I got a business I got to run, and I got customers that, you know, are trying to come and buy my coffee, and I need somewhere to sell.
Yeah.
You know, this is my livelihood. This is my dream. This is everything on the line.
Yeah.
What I meant by going down to zero is like financially. You know what I'm saying? But not really like going broke to where you can't pay your bills. But business wise, like if you have to add on an extra employee, like he said, to take that burden off of you, to take what, $500 out of your pocket?
It's like, it would be a dream to be able to meet somebody like him, so I can maybe one day reach out to him and ask him for advice, or, you know, a potential opportunity, you know, for us to work together. But how will I ever get that opportunity? Yeah. I'll never run into him. I'll never see him at Food for Less, at Cardenas, at the Dollar Tree. Like, that's where, you know, that's where I go. Like, that's how I live my life. I'm never going to run into him. So I had to make my own opportunity. And I was like, oh, bro, this dude makes a lot of Coachella videos, like you know, how to prepare for Coachella, you know, what to... And that's how I like found you. And then I started watching like your interviews, like with.
Yeah. So the key of this episode is to be happy and chase the bag. Nothing feels better than a naked phone, bro.
Yeah.
Like when you first get it.
Matt, my business partner, no case.
No case.
That man's never had a case.
I don't run a case.
That's how I've been for years. And then shit like this always happens.
Yeah, no,
that's how they get you too, bro.
I gotta have a case because I'm the type of person I'll put on my lap when I'm in the car, and I don't know how many times I just got out my car, I'll be hot, and I'll be like, damn, I can't do it with this phone. I used to have a busted Android, but now that I got this, like, no, I gotta take, bro. This is $1,000, bro. Like, I that's why it took me 10 years to buy an iPhone, 10 years, because I was like, I'm not paying $1,000, I'm not paying, and then now I'm in business, so I'm like.
They're worth it though.
No, they're worth it
because everything on this.
What makes it worth $1,000 is, hey Siri.
You know what I like about iPhone that Android doesn't do? The quality of like on social media.
Oh, like
Facebook,
Instagram,
Instagram.
yeah, bro.
But back then it wasn't like that. Remember, Android was like
everything was blurry then.
Like when you look at your pictures from like 2013, 2012, it's all fucking. You thought it looked cool and shit back then, or maybe we're just getting used to like 4K now.
Yeah, 4K,
and 8K, and then whatever the fuck is next.
Fucking
VR. iPhone. Well, I'm still surprised, like, but the Android users, they're diehards.
I don't get it, bro. Like, they'll be like, oh, my phone fucking, it's double screen and it flips and it cooks pancakes, but it's a fucking Android. Like, you still have the fucking green bubbles, bro. Like, don't talk to me.
That's my brother. He has an Android. He swears by it.
We're here in the podcast, joined by two legends, Matt, Ejay. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having us, bro.
I know.
Thank you for the legend comment, too.
The legend comment. Shout out Parkside.
Shout out Parkside. Bro, we didn't mean to, bro. We showed up. We're like the Spider-Man. We're like...
For real, as soon as I saw you, I was like...
Well, it's because I was like, what's going to be... Like, I was saying, what's going to be just like regular, like not crazy, but just like subtle, all black.
I was wondering, too. I was like, what is EJ going to wear? I had it in my head, too. I was like, what is he going to wear? You guys texted
each other to be like, hey, bro, wear that shirt, bro.
wear the Parkside shirt. Shout out to Parkside.
Yeah, shout out Adrian.
And then I've been wanting to do a podcast with you for... Fuck, you're the one that put me with Steve and like all kinds of people, bro. Like
early too,
and I didn't even know you. They're like, oh, early. I think you messaged me. You're like, when I first started my podcast, 2019, that was 3 years ago. This would just message me like, hey, I love what you do. You should hit up my boy Steve. He's got like, I think he just opened up a coffee shop. It's called 6th Street or whatever. You should hit him up. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah. I didn't even know about 6th Street, and then that got me into the whole coffee thing. Yeah, and I know we've been around for mutual friends and just seeing each other everywhere. And
it's funny, my Adam, it's crazy. Like, that was one of the first ones I watched, and I was like, and I didn't even know Adam at the time, and so that was cool. And then I was like, bro, this guy, like, this is pretty dope what he's doing, and he's from India. Like, this is sick. And then I didn't know you, but I knew Steve was opening up 6th Street, and I was like, oh, bro, I'm gonna make this little connection like real quick.
That was a cool podcast. It was not the best quality because I didn't have mics.
Yeah.
So when I started my podcast, I would just put like those Rode mics on the camera.
Have you done another podcast with Steve since then?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta get him.
I know. Yeah. I talked about him, but Coachella and everything that's been happening. Yeah. But I'll eventually get him. Steve, we're gonna get you on the podcast.
Yeah. I know. I think he's 3 years old.
3 years old?
Yeah. I think he's 3 years old, bro.
Yeah, 3 years already.
3 years, bro. That's 3 years ago you did that.
I know, it's been a minute.
Time flies.
Time flies, bro. Those 2020, 2021.
Yeah, they just...
We don't want to talk about those days.
That was
for
crazy.
real. Yeah, it wasn't a blur, but it
was kind of
crazy.
Like everything stopped because 2019 was so crazy. I don't know how it was for you guys, but it was just like a crazy year. Just everything was happening. And then boom, the world stopped. And then little by little trying to come back to it. And I feel like we're back to how it was
Pretty
in 2019.
much, yeah.
That's how I feel personally.
Yeah, no, 2019 was rough. I think I got fired from my job.
Same.
And then, I was like, damn, what do I do, bro? I never been fired really like that. And
Where you used to work at?
it was a restaurant. It was a restaurant. It was Wilma and Frida's. It's a great place. I still recommend everybody go there. Obviously, like, you know.
Paseo?
I worked at the one in Palm Springs.
What did you do there?
I was a server.
Where?
Yeah. It was a good job. I mean, we were making, you know, like really
Great
good
tips.
money, great tips. Like, food is amazing. I tell people to go there, like, to this day, you know, like, biscuits is crazy. English muffins, all made in house. But I still talk like I work there. Yeah, I genuinely love their food. Like, their food is fire. But yeah, like, I lost my job there, and that was like the end of like September, and then that's when we had started like Everbloom. It was actually my homie Marcel Gabinos in Palm Springs. He called my business partner, was like, hey, yo, this lady's about to call you, and like just say yes to the job that she's gonna give you. Like, just take it. And so like my business partner, who we hadn't even started Everbloom yet, like he took the job and was like, bro, we got to figure it out. And I think we had like 6 weeks to go from like nothing to like full-fledged business and like do this like event. It was like a engagement party in Palm Springs.
So like catering.
Yeah,
Everbloom as a caterer.
Yeah, so we had to we came up with the name, brand, everything, and like.
So where did the idea for Everbloom come through? Did you always thought about like opening a coffee shop or passionate on how?
Yeah, well, I started working at Coffee Bean when I was like 18, 19, and then I was there for like 3 years, and then I got hired at like a local coffee shop in Palm Springs. The only reason why I worked there though is because I remember the Craigslist ad. It was barista. I was server with some barista like duties, and I was like, cool. Like, I want to break into the serving game, you know, because I hear they make all these you know, all this money in tips, and so I just started like applying, you know, to restaurants. No one hired me, but this little coffee shop did, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be a server, bro. It was literally a coffee shop that we just took their order at the counter. You know, and so it wasn't what I thought, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I fell in love with like just, you know, I was kind of managing the shop in a way with him, and I loved that. Like, it was so much fun. I loved going to work. I loved what I did, and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like,
that's awesome.
I want a coffee shop, you know, and I want to run it the way I want to run it. You know.
What year was that?
Damn, I'm horrible with years, but I think I got hired with him in 2015.
Oh, so that's a minute you had this in plan. That's dope.
2015, and then it wasn't until a customer, like, cause I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, I've been in school. I recently graduated a couple years ago, but I've been in school and I was like, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to be in business. I always like
do your own thing. Be your own boss.
Yeah, and be your own boss. But I also love like the freedom that comes with like working for yourself and like so. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I remember customers like, "Yo, what do you want to do with your life?" You know, he's a very successful developer out in Palm Springs, and I was like, "I don't know, like I like working here," and he's like, "Well, open up your own shop," and I was like, "Yeah, like that'd be cool," and he's like, "No, like if you have a dream, like you need to tell everybody your dream, and they'll hold you accountable," and I was like, "Dang, like I never really thought about it like that," so I just started telling everybody, "I'm gonna open up a coffee shop. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm
That's
gonna do it."
That's great advice, bro.
Yeah,
I never heard that shit.
Yeah,
before.
and then the more I said it, the more I believed it. The more I was like, okay, yeah, like this is really gonna happen. Yeah. I don't know how, but I'm gonna make, you know, small incremental steps to get to that point. You know, hence where we're at now. So, but yeah. So 2019, I got fired from my job. We started Everbloom, and then like we like found a spot to sell at. And then like literally the pandemic happened 2 weeks later, and we were already selling. We had already started selling where we're at, and COVID happened, and I was like, bro, like I was shook. I was like, bro, it's only been 2 weeks. I told my business partner like,
it had just been 2 weeks, and then
it had literally just started. Like so it was 2019, and we did the event. I think it was like in October. And so like November, December, we're like, okay, like what do we do now? We already did this one event. Do we want to be caterers, or do we want our own shop? So let's sell to the public. And then we found somewhere to sell, and we worked out all the like the contract with them. And
Is that at TKB?
Yeah, we started selling there, and the thing was crazy though, is because like we were hyped. We're like, yeah, we're gonna start our business. 2 weeks into it, COVID. Everything shut down. I lost my job at the time. So I lost my serving job before in September, and then I picked up another serving job at a really cool restaurant too in Palm Springs. And so everything got shut down. So we had no choice either to I had no money coming in at the time, you know.
Yeah.
And my business partner's like, nah, let's keep going. Like I think we'll be all right. Like you just take it as it comes. And we started, bro. And yeah, like we flourished, you know.
Was business up or down during COVID? Like when it first happened, were you guys like?
No, it was definitely quiet. I think people were scared.
The first month, everything was shut. Nobody was going outside, bro.
I would say the first 2 months, bro, we weren't selling anything. I'd sell like 10 coffees, honestly, and we would be there for 6 hours.
Still a cool little $50 right there.
That's a cool little 50. Yeah, that's a cool little 50.
Yeah, split it 25.
Yeah, and then a couple
gas home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we were just happy to be out there, bro. Like, just it was it was just exciting. You know, we're super green, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I guess is the term. But yeah, we were just wanted to take on the world. So we're like, all right, we'll start here. And we were slow. But yeah, eventually, I think people were just tired of being home, wanted a reason to go out. And so yeah, throughout the whole summer, we just got super busy. And then we were able to get our own spot. And we've been there for over a year now. So yeah, it's crazy though. It's crazy.
That's cool though. I saw, I don't know, do you want to talk about what happened with TKB a little bit?
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, we had a falling out, as far as we were selling there for a while, and I think, I think maybe to them they wanted certain things from us that at the end of the day, we're our own business, we have our own identity, and we're gonna make sure that we stay true to who we are, and I think it's just the differences in how we envision business, both ethically and morally. That it just stopped making sense, to be honest, for both of us. And I think they made a choice to say, hey, you know what, we can't have you guys here, very suddenly, and we didn't have a lot of time. We had 3 days to leave.
And you mentioned that you already had paid rent, and they kind of told you got to leave
before
the rent was up or whatever?
Yeah, so that was just one part of it. We had paid for the month already. We pay our rent beginning of the month, whatever. And yeah, it was the middle of the month. They're like, yo, you gotta go, super suddenly. And we're like, what, bro? Let me finish. I honestly, I begged them.
Was it a falling out because they just didn't like your business?
What they loved it. They loved it so much that when we left, they had their own. So when we
they wanted to open up their own coffee.
Yeah, I think that was it. The whole time. They just wanted.
It's terrible.
We were proof of concept, and it made sense for them, and I mean,
they didn't offer to didn't make you an offer, maybe partner with your brand or
no. Well, we had talks like that. I remember we were yo, we're gonna go into the new building that they got. We're gonna build together. This empire together. And I didn't really know what to say when they were telling us that. But I was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to see where this goes. And at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. And ultimately it pushed us to get a spot. We didn't have no choice, so we found we had to find somewhere to sell quickly.
How quickly did you find that spot on 111?
Bro, we had 3 days to leave. They told us I forgot what day it was, but I remember being in the room and being literally looking at them, being can I please have a couple more days? I damn near begged, because I was just I'm not proud. I'm not too proud. I don't got pride, bro. At the end of the day, I got a business I got to run, and I got customers that, are trying to come and buy my coffee, and I need somewhere to sell.
Yeah.
This is my livelihood. This is my dream. This is everything on the line. And, they were just nah, you gotta bounce, And I was all right, respectfully, all right. I got no choice. So, yeah, we found a spot quickly, and we just started selling in front of our own spot, still while it was under construction, which was cool because we had to pay rent, but we were able to sell in the front, kind of like we were over there. And it's funny.
Charge you rent while you were selling in front?
Who?
Your landlord now.
Yeah, well, we took the lease out, so like that's pretty normal. Like, cause it was like it used to be like an old ice cream shop, and it just needed a lot of renovations. So we took the lease out. They gave us some like that landlord was mad cool. Like he gave us like free rent. He literally gave us the building on like a handshake deal.
Yeah.
Like, he was like 70-year-old man. Like just they owned it forever, and he was just like, "Nah, I like you." Like in the first 15 minutes of us like just talking with him, he's like, "Yeah, like I like what you guys want to do. Like for sure, like use it." And I was like, "All right, cool."
That's super dope.
Yeah, because, like, you know, he didn't have to... I mean, they did a credit check or whatever, like, make sure, like, we were legit people, you know?
Yeah.
But there was no financials that I had to give him, no, like, nothing. Because we didn't really even have that. We
Documented
had only,
as much, yeah.
Yeah, because we had only... At that point, like, by the time... From when we started to where we had to leave, where we were at, it was only, like, 8 months. And so we were 8 months old, like, not even a year. So when we got the new spot...
How long you been at the new spot already?
A year.
A year? What was like the...
March...
Also, it just happened. Did you throw something for the 1 year?
Nah,
I don't think I heard
it's nah.
You guys did a giveaway, didn't you?
Nah, I don't even think we did a giveaway.
We
just
did.
We got to do it big for year 2, bro.
Nah, well, technically we're 2 years in business, but 1 year
From the new spot.
the new spot because we started February 28th of 2020.
Damn, that's literally 2 weeks before everything. That's crazy.
Yeah, literally, and we opened up our doors at Everbloom on March. I think it was like 13th or 15th, some in the middle of March of 2021, and so now we're a year, but eventually, like, we're gonna when we move and get like a new spot, we're gonna throw a big old party for sure.
That's sick.
Be ever booming.
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah. But that's just our story, like how we started, like quickly. Obviously, there's a lot of like nuances, a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of learning. Like, you know, to go from a cart to a building with like, you know, 5 to 6 employees is kind of crazy. But
in that short of time, it's insane, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
with no business experience prior to that, bro. Like, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Hella.
How do you start your business, the Papa Headz?
Similarly, but we started out of the house. We started.
What gave you that idea for Papa Headz?
I've always loved potatoes for one, but I never envisioned like having like some restaurant or whatever. When we were the pandemic happened, I already lost my job before the pandemic. Excuse me. And so I lost my job, was on unemployment. Or no, I was on disability, but I didn't see none of it because it was a big old thing, dude.
Paperwork stuff.
Yeah, not even that. I had all my paperwork, but they just didn't believe me.
What the hell?
Yeah, I had gotten in a motorcycle accident, bro. And then there was just a bunch of stuff with like the doctors and stuff, so I didn't see nothing. So me and my girl, we were just like trying to hustle. She was selling food. She started with barbacoa nachos. So she would just do nachos with barbacoa on top. And then one day, I think it was like 3 days in, I saw like the impact that she had selling it, and I was like, damn, let's do this. And so I just made some fries. I was like, check this out. And then we do that same concept, but on fries. And we had people try it, and it was a game changer. I knew it was a game changer from like the beginning. And then we just started with that. We ditched everything, and we just started pushing that. But as far as fries, I've always loved potatoes. Like my parents used to call me a Papa Head growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's where the name came from. And
McDonald's, they just want fries with ketchup and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Even still, or barbecue sauce. That's my McDonald's fries and barbecue sauce is the best.
Sweet and sour sauce.
I like it with. I like to mix the ranch with the buffalo sauce, and I mix like a sauce.
Little chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I make my own sauce every time. Every restaurant, when I go to like Carl's Jr., same shit, ranch and buffalo.
Yeah,
I mix them.
Yeah, no,
that's a fire combo
my shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we started out of our house, and we were selling out of our house during the whole pandemic, just deliveries only. And then that took off fairly quick. So we saw like the impact on it, and we were like, okay, let's do this. It was like 2 or 3 weeks in or not even that, maybe like a week or two in of selling fries. And I knew that's what we were going to do. Like for the remainder of our life, we're going to push this. Just similar to Everbloom. Like we have a dream, we want to fulfill it. We're going to do everything possible to make it come true. And then, so we just started doing that. And then the pandemic stopped. Everyone was going out. We couldn't really deliver no more because everyone wanted to
go to restaurants.
Yeah, everyone's out
leave
and about,
the house,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were just like, damn, what do we do? You know? So that put a halt on us. And then that's when I was like, okay, we got to go out to the people now. So we started doing little events here and there. We did that and like started in like May of 2021. So we were pushing out of the house from the pandemic all the way up until like of May 2021. Yeah. And we were at that time we were still like doing unemployment and stuff like that, you know. And then it didn't come until December 30th of 2021 where we found our spot now, which is on Jackson and Indio Boulevard. And then we started there, and then like we noticed like a huge
just jumping.
Yeah, and so we're like, okay, this is we're out in the public now. We're serving to the public. Like, okay, now let's focus on the next step because we're not going to be there forever, right? So we're just.
What's the next step for you guys? So what do you want to have, like your own building, your own restaurant? Like,
yeah, of course. Goal? That's the goal. Like the goal is to compete with In-N-Out one day. You know, in terms of like product quality and customer service and speed too. Like we're working on our speed. It just comes down to the fryers because different fryers cook like at different times.
Yeah. I've always said like speed is everything when it comes 100%. To nobody likes to wait for anything, and when you're hungry or you got like 30-minute lunch, and
that's why like In-N-Out is who they are because literally In-N-Out.
Yeah, they got their system down.
Yeah.
Like I think like between like me and Matt and me and like my homie Marcel, like we talk about that a lot, like systems. You know, like how important those are because like I mean you go to some places and it's like you got one person doing everything and then you got somebody in the back that's just chilling, and it's like, you know, having your systems will ensure like not only like your food will come out quick, but it has to come out like, you know, consistent, you know, and it has to come out the way you want it to, you know. So like trying to get all those things done, it's not easy, you know.
It's definitely not a one-man show either. No. Like you got to hire employees. Like if you want a solid system, break bread and pay employees to have that. Because in the long run, that's what's going to bring you the bread right there. It's just having your system solid. And we're still figuring out our system. Like, obviously, we're out of a tent right now. Yeah. But once we get into a building, like, in my head, it's game over. You know? Because, like, I
mean, it's pretty hard. I'm pretty sure, like, running a whole, like, on-the-go type of business. Because when you have a building, like, how easy was the transition for you to go from, like, pop-up to already in a building, you know?
No, it's hard because, I mean, you got a 10 by 10. So I got to be able to produce what a Starbucks or like just another coffee shop can do in like a 10 by 10 space. So we had to be more calculated, you know, like, okay, how many gallons of milk do we use a day? Like, you know, where do we put the cold brew? Like, and not just that, but like, how do we make it, what's that word? Ergonomical or whatever, like to where it's not hurting us. Like instead of like ergonomical, I think that's how you say it.
I've never heard that word in my life.
It's just
that
like,
just sounds like a meta word, bro.
Well, it just like made it make sense for our bodies because you're not gonna put something on the floor that you need to keep bending down and reaching, right? So like we got like a little table, so everything's at waist level.
Yeah.
Counter height. But yeah, no, bro, it was difficult, and I think it's even more difficult when you go from a small setup to a big space. Because it's like, well, what do I do with all this space? You know, like
you got used to the small,
Yeah, you were used to the small, but you do know you need to grow because, like, you know what we were doing on the cart, we were like capped at a certain, like we could only make so many drinks so fast because of our setup. You know, obviously with more space, you can create a system that you can have more people working, and you can have just your drinks or food come out a lot faster. But it was difficult.
Do you guys think like the simplicity, going back to simplicity, like having a limited menu is better than having fucking 1,000 options?
Yes.
100%.
1,000,000%. Because then like, yeah, bro, it's just, how are you going to execute all of those things like at 100%? Like, that's why I don't like going to Cheesecake Factory or I don't like going to like
Bro, I was just there and I looked at their menu. I was like...
It's like you open, it's like...
you don't even know what you want because you're just looking at it all and you're like, dude, there's too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool that they're doing their thing, you know?
Yeah.
But like an In-N-Out, for example, one thing.
It's exactly. In-N-Out doesn't sell chicken. You got 3 options, maybe a secret menu, change a little bit.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, only chicken. They have more options, but it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Speed, bro. Speed kills. Do you guys seen The Founder?
Oh, yeah. Oh, bro, I love that movie.
Oh, the McDonald's movie?
The McDonald's movie.
Nah, I want to watch it.
You got to watch it, bro.
They took it off Netflix, bro. Where is it at?
Maybe on Netflix. I don't know.
YouTube, they took it everywhere. Like YouTube, you can rent movies.
You can rent them for like $2 on YouTube.
Yeah.
I like YouTube.
I've been wanting to watch that because I know McDonald's like whole play is crazy, bro.
The way he said it, he was drawing it out on the fucking playground.
Bro, we did that. Like,
oh, you guys did that? That's sick, bro.
So
do you guys record any of that?
I regret, bro. There's so much stuff like me and my business partner Matt, like what we should have done, like documenting wise. But yeah, bro, like it's memories like us sitting on the floor and like just looking at, because our building had nothing. It was a shell. So it was completely, we had drains on the floor and we were confined to like, oh, we need to put this here because there's a drain here. But for the most part, like we designed like everything in our shop as far as like, you know, where the ice goes, where a fridge underneath the counter goes, where the trash goes, where everything goes essentially. And how do we make this functional? And so we kind of did the exact same thing, bro. Like, we just like we're drawing out, okay, we got 14 feet of counter space. Like, how do we fit all of those things, all of the things that we need to make coffee on there, and how do we make it make sense? How do we? Yeah, it's your workflow, your system, your setup. Because I know a lot of places they like if you go and you look, it's like, why are you going all the way to the back to get ice if the cup's here and like the milk's here and then like your syrup's here, but you're going it doesn't make sense functionally, Yeah. So when we had to draw it out, same thing, like the founders, like they knew like, okay, fryer, grill, like just to make it like super seamless. Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool to be able to like draw, like have that same kind of experience.
Yeah.
To kind of like look and be like where should we put this?
It goes back to like when you built your cart, like the first time you built your cart, like you had to sit there and you were just
worse.
Like, yeah, you're
even
just like,
worse.
because you're more
it's
confined.
Small.
You started before the tent, you had that, and then you moved to the tent. So slowly but surely you were going up there, and you found a system to all of it. And now it's just.
How's your system changed since you've been doing it for longer?
Since out of the house, so since we were doing it out of the house, it was like our house was always like crazy.
Just dishes, boom.
Yeah,
buying
bro.
groceries.
Like during the pandemic, dishes everywhere, people running around, deliveries going back and forth.
How many people do you have when you had working from the house?
So there was just 4 of us all together.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Nice.
So there was just me and my girl, and then 2 others.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then so we ran that for a little bit, and then we just found out it was time. But yeah, our system, even from now, like we're still configuring things for like our system, because now that it's getting hot, we got to find a way to keep the potatoes cool. Because because we do all of our potatoes fresh, and the heat will start it like speeds up the rot process, and yeah, it's terrible. Potatoes are terrible. If you get like to the bad side of it, it's disgusting, bro.
No, that's the same kind of issues that we had. Like, I mean, we sold during the whole summer, bro. Like, we started in February, March, the pandemic hit. So we sold June, July, August. And, bro, like, it's 120 degrees outside, and our iPad's overheating. Literally, I had to put my iPad on ice. Like it's bad, bro. Like, and just, like, making drinks and, like, oh, we can't put ice in that until, like, we have this because the ice will just start melting. And it's just a whole nother set of like issues that you experience.
That's tough for you though, because you had to sell during the morning and like the early afternoon. Yeah. I don't have to do that because coffee people want in the morning, right? Yeah. Food people usually get in the evening.
Yeah,
I'm thankful for that. We're gonna start selling from like 6 to 11 soon.
Yeah,
opposite of what the coffee people do. That's crazy. Kudos to you, bro.
Yeah, no, it was tough in the summer, like, cause we're selling something cold. Well, I mean, we do hot and and ice, but ain't
so many people love cold. I love cold. Like I like cold. Both. I like both though. In the mornings, I prefer hot because it helps me wake up.
Yeah.
But then if I have like an afternoon or an evening coffee, it's
iced.
When I used to drink coffee like that, by the way, this is decaf. I don't drink caffeinated no more. But when I used to drink coffee, I felt like hot coffee was more potent. Like it would just get me way more up than this. I don't know why.
For me, cold brew makes me more potent.
Really?
Cold brew just caffeine wise, bro.
It's stronger.
It's crazy, bro.
Straight like, yeah.
It's literally gas. It's gasoline. It's gasoline. Like it's crazy, bro. It's super. I mean, it's strong, but cold brew.
For you because I've seen a lot of gas stations and stuff that have canned. Do you ever think about that, like future 5 years, maybe down the road, having like an Everbloom
Everyone's gonna be everywhere, bro.
Like on a can that people could buy at a grocery store or at a gas station.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that something you ever thought about?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think me and my business partner, we go crazy with the ideas, like, you know, doing something like that.
That butterscotch, bro, that's $1 million fucking drink, I'm telling you, bro.
Bro, yeah.
That's just so fire.
Thank you, bro. This is funny.
You guys got to go to Everbloom, try out the butterscotch, bro.
Yeah, the butterscotch is fire. And then we have like a secret menu drink, the honey cinnamon. That one's fire,
That's
low
this
key.
one right here.
Yeah, that's super low key. But yeah, no, there's I would say there's other coffee shops that we look up to. You know, there's a Verve, there's like Blue Bottle, there's Intelligentsia. They're like the bigger coffee shops for what we're doing. Like, and that's another thing too, like maybe people don't understand like what we're doing as far as like coffee goes. We're not just like, you know, syrup, coffee, milk over ice. Like, we do have that, and that's probably what we sell the most of, but like we're doing specialty coffee, which is like it's like set apart from like what Starbucks does. Starbucks is, you know, they're using like, you know, the cheapest syrups and, you know,
mass production.
it's just like and it's not like the highest quality coffee. So what we're doing is we're using like super high quality coffee, and like we're pairing that with like house-made syrups, and just it's more craft at the end of the day. Like it's just more, there's more intention in your drink.
You know what I like is that every time I get something from your shop, it tastes the same every day. Or every time. Yeah, and Starbucks is not like that, bro. Like, it depends on which Starbucks and who's serving it. Like, some of them come out bomb.
Yeah.
Some of their drinks are fire. Starbucks, they sell crack too, but...
Yeah, nah.
But a lot of times it's a miss, bro. Like, you'll get something like, this just sucks. Like...
Yeah, no.
But your shit's always, like, calculated. How do you guys come up with, like, the drinks? Like, it's like... Fucking lab coat, fucking 2 teaspoons of this.
Yeah,
like,
just me and my...
Like, literally, like, sitting down doing that.
Me and my partner, like, we'll just be, like, he'll just say, like, bro, do you like dates? And I'm like, yeah, not really, but, like, we could figure that out. Or, like, you know, like...
Do you guys use dates?
No, not yet. Like, we have a whole... I mean,
I love dates, bro. Make a date.
I've never had a date.
I don't like dates because they look like roaches, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I always got... And I grew up with, like... I grew up in like the projects, basically. We got roaches. So I was like, similar. I don't want to eat that.
The other day, I went to go pick up some potatoes from our supplier, and there was a smashed date on top. I was like, that's disgusting. It just looked gross.
They look like...
It looks like poop.
But they're fire, though. They are good. It's like a big raisin.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's
raisins
like,
are okay.
Yeah. I love raisins. I love raisins, low key. But now back to your question. Like, yeah, so there was a process, like a lot of R&D, like, bro, believe me, like all of our drinks, like so much time, so much detail, and like, you know, how does it taste ice? How does it taste cold? Like, you know, how much do we put in the ice? How much do we put in how much do we put in our hot lattes? How much do we put in our cold lattes? How long does it hold for? Does it need more lavender? Does it need more honey? You know, making the butterscotch, you know, probably like over 20 different times, trying to get the recipe down, because something could taste good on its own, but you need to know, like, how does it taste with coffee? Like, how does it taste, like, with milk? How does it taste with oat milk? How does it taste, like, in all these different applications, you know? So if you ever see us put something out, it's because there was, like, hours and hours of
testing
and asking customers, and, you know, like, on the low, like, hey, try this. Like, tell me what you think. You know, try this. Like, let me know, you know? But yeah, no, we talk about making so many different like flavored drinks. But back to your original question though, about like bottling, we definitely want to do that. That's how you scale your business. Like right now, we're confined to however many people we can get in the door and confined to a register. But the moment that we do wholesale and, you know, we start bottling our own stuff, like sky's the limit.
Yeah,
you know?
just everything.
All the Whole Foods, all the Sprouts, all the like, you know, little local gas stations, all the tower markets, like, you know, it would be dope to be in there, you know, to serve like really good quality coffee in everywhere, you know, like that'd be, I would love that. That's definitely part of like what we hope to be like probably like our 5-year plan, you know,
sick.
Somewhere in there.
That's soon. That's like right around, you got 3 more years.
No, I mean 5 years, like 5 years from now.
From today,
no, 5 years from today.
Nah, the way you've been moving, bro, that's just like in a year, bro. You know what I mean?
May 19th, 2022.
God is good. To music, like you said, and then you get to listen to.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're still rolling.
Oh,
and then you get to listen to like for example, like there's artists that have songs that aren't on Apple Music, or like certain songs
like mixtapes that are
mixtapes.
Apple has like only like real tapes,
like
but none of the mixtape underground stuff.
Yeah,
do you
like
still have Apple Music?
No.
Oh, so you just
I just have YouTube.
Oh, wow.
I have Spotify that I just started using to make playlists because
You can do that on Apple Music too.
playlists.
Yeah,
You can do it on
I got a
YouTube.
You
gang
can
of
YouTube.
playlists.
Yeah, I have some YouTube playlists, but it's because there's like a whole model that I'm trying to tap into. It's like the first time I'm talking about it, but it's like you can monetize playlists, and I've known about this too, but I never considered doing it since I make a lot of music related content. I'm gonna tap into it. Like that's just an extra income stream. So
so people can listen to your
So you-
playlist on YouTube and
yeah, so any platform, Apple, YouTube, Spotify,
Yeah.
you'll make a playlist. Let's say it's like fucking workout vibes. Everybody has like a workout playlist,
Yeah.
and if that one starts getting popular, so the way you get traction is you have to promote it through other social medias,
Yeah.
talk about it, share it with your friends, and the more, then when people go on the app and you look at playlists, it might rank, and some people might watch it.
Yeah,
might
it's
tap
like
in with
So,
that.
so when you create a following, what you could do is you could charge artists to be placed in the top 20
It's-
of
yeah.
the playlist.
It's
$10,
like-
$15, and it adds up. Like there's people charging like hundreds of dollars to have their song on certain playlists because they get that many users.
It's like Rap Caviar. You know what I mean? Like if you get featured on Rap Caviar with Elliot Wilson, I think it's Elliot Wilson. It's like, oh, like you're on Rap Caviar, like you're on their rotation.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like because you're creating a platform essentially. Like you know, because if you get featured on there, they already got like mad listeners. It's like a platform within a platform.
Yeah.
you gotta be like up on music so heavy though to be
Yeah.
like listen to what's trending, what's new.
Yeah.
That's a whole job.
Yeah,
in
I'm
itself.
jumping into it from the Coachella perspective. So I started working on some of the playlists. I don't have all of them ready, but I'm gonna tap into every Coachella from 1999. So
That's
every Coachella will have their own playlist.
That's gonna go
So people could like
crazy.
That's
throwback
hard.
I'm calling it
playlist.
now, dude. That's
and I
gonna
make the
blow
Coachella
up.
content already, so I'm not trying to go into like
Coachella
upcoming
Angel.
hip hop where I don't even know all these artists. You know, I'm just doing what I know. So
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make playlists of shit that I listen to.
Yeah.
And if some people like it, I mean that's.
Like Coachella one, that's $1 million idea.
I,
right
ha-
there.
I have a video. I mean, I have a playlist of like some of the locals that I like, some of their songs too. I haven't really promoted, but I like to support some of the local artists. So if I like a song, I'll fucking add it to the playlist.
Who's all local artists? The only one I know is the Night Owls one. I haven't really listened.
Giselle
I've just
Wu.
seen it.
Yeah, so there's a
Giselle
lot
Wu's-
of good
she's
ones,
dope,
bro.
yeah.
Like I just tapped into like a whole other market that I didn't know. So the norteño and like all those like, you know, when like people throw parties and there's always little banda and groups,
Yeah.
like all those
Yeah.
people release music on their own, like their own
for
original
real?
songs.
Yeah, and they play them.
Yeah, they play them at the events. They have music videos. Like I just saw this dude. He's got 2 music videos that are sick, bro. Like he's got like 150,000 views on one of them. Like
Word. That's dope.
they're all doing their own thing. And like I only knew maybe like 2 grupos. And I just had one like on Tuesday on the podcast, and they told me about like 20 of them, and I was like, what the hell? Like there's just so much shit going on around us that we don't know about. Like
Yeah, because there's like little like niches everywhere.
yeah,
little,
that's a whole different little niche. They all talk to each other. What I found out was cool was like if a band member can't play with, or like guitarist can't play because he's got some family
They'll swap
stuff.
them out.
They have like a message. Hey, I need a guitarist for fucking this
That's
date.
dope.
Oh yeah, I'll
That's
roll through.
crazy.
Oh, I need a backup fucking bass player. Okay, cool. I need a tuba guy, and they all help each other out. Like when
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
can't
That's
make it.
tight.
It's like a whole community,
Big
bro.
ass group message.
I don't know how the messages, but they just stay in touch with each
Yeah.
other. So that's like a whole different. you
Yeah,
know,
no,
like,
that's important,
market.
bro. That's important because you're pulling your resources at that point. You know,
I don't
Like,
know too many industries that could do that.
Me and
Just
Like,
Steve-
could you do that in
Like, hey,
your
I need
coffee?
a cook.
Oh,
I need a barista, bro. So
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
you gotta
like
talk
that.
to Steve, bro. You guys gotta.
Hey,
Nah, I don't
can
think like
borrow?
that, but bro, honestly, like, so, yo, shout out to like Steve, you know, for sure, like at 6th Street, like when we first started, so we couldn't.
Horchata latte, fire.
Horchata latte, bro, super fire. Mazapan latte, super fire.
That's what he was
Cortadito, super fire.
Do you ever talk to Steve a lot, like about?
Oh, bro. Well, he was my friend before he even had the shop.
Yeah.
So
How'd
like,
you meet Steve?
so the shop that I was managing or working as a manager in 2015. Is everything straight? You guys good?
Yeah, or the light turned off behind you.
Oh, it did. Dang. I don't
Well,
got
let
the
me
blue
set
light.
it up. I have the.
No, it's okay. I'm good, bro. I don't need the light. If you guys want me to, I'm
Yeah, just keep talking.
okay.
It was a cool little vibe.
That was a vibe, huh?
Yeah. It was like, oh.
So you knew before.
So I knew him. I knew him when I was working. Like I think I met him 2016. I was working at the coffee shop in Palm Springs, the local shop, and my boss. We were looking for a barista, and I used to do latte art like videos of me like making like little like
the little hearts and
rosettas,
stuff on there?
hearts,
Yeah.
like swans, and I'd put like rap music behind it. So I put like Future or something behind like. Anyways, so he saw it. And like he commented like, "Yo, where is this at?" And so I DM'd him and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, you know, I like I'm one of the I'm like the manager at this shop that I'm working at. I'm gonna tell my boss." It's funny, like if he watches this, I don't think he knows that I didn't know Steve. But I basically told my boss, the owner, I was like, "Yo, this is my homie. I've known him for 10 years. Super cool dude. I think we should hire him. You know, he has a lot of coffee experience." And at the time, I didn't know him at all. I knew him through Instagram. But I had a phone call with him for like an hour, and I was like, "Bro, this guy is really freaking cool, bro. Yeah. Like, I wanna like, I like, he just seems cool." So the first day that I met him was his first day of like training, essentially. He already had coffee experience because like he had always wanted his own coffee shop. So him working at this local shop, we both just like learned a lot. You know, we learned a lot from like the guy that was running it at the time. And so we like forged a friendship just like through, you know, obviously like same interests, same dreams, same goals. Yeah, it was.
Do you guys ever go to like, because I see him post about it, going to like San Diego and checking out other coffee shops and learning about other people doing their thing, LA, you know, bigger markets?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think even before we even started, before he started 6 Street, before I started Everbloom, like I for sure like we would go check out other spots. Like, oh, I like their like. Yeah, it was like a criteria, you know, it's service, it's experience, and it's like the quality of their product, right? So we'd go to a shop, we'd be like, nah, like the service was really, really trash. But you know what? Their aesthetic is really dope and the drinks were great. Or the drinks weren't good, but you know what? The barista was very engaging. You know, it's very clean in here. The atmosphere was great. And the drinks were like okay. But service and atmosphere, A1. So like we would like take little things like, oh, I like this, I like that, and we would take it. And obviously he has 6th Street, I have Everbloom. So Steve started working. We started working together and worked together for like probably like 2 years. And then he went and he started doing his own thing. And then I obviously got fired after he left. So, actually, I got fired from that job too. Actually,
for real,
I got fired. Well, originally one of the owners was buying out. So there was like 3 owners, and one was buying the other 2 out because the business wasn't doing too well. And he goes, "Yo, like let's open up a new shop together. You run it, and I'll put up all the money. I'll buy these guys out, and we'll open up a coffee shop together. You just keep doing what you're doing, like, you know, hiring and whatever. Like you run the shop, and I have all the money." And I was so excited, bro. Like I was like, "Oh my God, like this is my dream. I've always wanted my own shop." And so like the deal fell through.
What was he looking for? Like on his end, what did he want in return?
Well, he just wanted to make his money back because essentially he put up a bunch of money to go in with these 2 guys who were running it. I guess they didn't run it that well. You know, I remember the numbers and they weren't that good. And so I think he was just like, man, like I have all this money. He's an older guy too. He's like in his 70s.
Yeah, a lot of these investors, they want to just be part of different stuff just to keep them.
Yeah,
you know, you've done so much in your life.
And like me and him were really where they at though.
Nah, bro. If you have like numbers and like a solid plan, like you pitch some people, bro. Like there's a lot of people who just it's tax write off for these people, bro. Like they're gonna be paying this much money to the government, or they could help out a small business where they even get money back in like an investment. You know,
we just haven't came across that person yet. That's so.
Well, you gotta,
or even then,
you gotta reach out to them. They're not gonna find you because they're so busy.
Yeah.
So like, come up with the plan, and then we start.
Oh, we're booming on. We got a plan. Like
if you got the plan and the numbers and the analytics, that's what they want to see. They don't want to say like, "Hey, I think I got this idea for a business." They're like, "Okay," they get the.
Yeah.
But if you come up with the fucking like, analytics, boom, boom, we got this. This is my 2-year plan, 5-year plan.
Yeah. It's something investable
because it is a tax write off for them.
10-15% return in 2 years. You know, I don't know, like. Maybe talk to a lawyer to write a contract. Yeah. And then if you pitch it, like, oh, I have a lawyer who already looked at the thing. Here's how much you would get back in 2 years.
They think, oh, this guy's serious.
Like, all that shit, they have so much money and you have everything written down. They'll be like, fuck it, let's have a meeting or something. So that's like you got to do it, bro. Especially in the desert that there's so many people here.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of wealth in the desert. Yeah, I think like when you start a business, like there's a big old cop out, like, oh, I don't have the money. Like, bro, there's so many ways.
That is not an excuse at all, bro.
There's so many ways. Like, so many ways. Like, even with like $300, $200, like there's so many ways to like do things, and that's just a cop out. Like, I don't got money. Like, that's just super.
Especially with social media now, like you promote through social media. And you do good work, you know, like you don't scam people, don't fuck, you know.
Yeah.
If you're a good person and you work hard and you make a good plan with social media and a good strategy, you can make everything work, you know.
Yeah.
Bro, like 95% of our customers are off of Instagram and Facebook, mainly Instagram, but majority of it is Instagram because we sit there and ask people like, oh, how'd you find out about us today? Oh, I seen you on Instagram. Somebody posted you. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for coming. And then, the other, like, maybe 5% is just people that drove by. But Instagram is huge. I try to tell people.
Do you post a lot of reels and content?
Yeah, we try to post on the days that we're open. Because the days that we post and we're not open, people are just, hey, you open today? You open today? Nah. So we just post on the days that we're open. But we try to do a reel a day. Or just finding out the algorithm sometimes, too, is kind of tough.
You got to post, like,
we never post
3 to 4 reels, bro.
We never post.
I always look at your page. I'm like, these motherfuckers, bro.
We do reposts. We have reposts.
No,
you know?
but you need to be creating content.
I know. I know.
Even reposts though, like reposts.
Yeah,
like,
reposts
on
dope.
days that we just don't post nothing and we just repost a lot of stories. We notice like that brings a lot of customers too, because
it's easy to make the reels. It's because people think it has to be like a professional video.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Like people love seeing the behind the scenes shit. That's why like the Kardashians are like I don't know their numbers, but they've been around for fucking 20 seasons. Like people are chismosos, you know? Like,
yeah, they want to know what's going on.
You make a video like getting ready for today, literally just like you loading up all your equipment, the food, whatever, to the car. That's a fucking reel, bro. Like, hey, we're gonna be open today from 6. You post it in the morning when you're loading up. You're literally loading it to your car. Just make a couple little shots, post a reel. Like, hey, we're gonna be open today from this spot to this spot. Then you can do another one when you're setting up your tent. Oh, setting up the tent, just have you go record or whatever. Boom, you're setting up. We're open now. That's another reel.
We did that for
like
the pictures of or the videos of stuff like that. We keep them all like that particular stuff for like when we do get it like super big one day. We do want to do like a a documentary like.
Oh, that's.
But I see what you mean. Like you like a behind the scenes or like here's like a
a
day in my life, a day in my life.
Or like you just make a reel like when you're first opening into the shop to turn everything on. Like a shot of like when you hit the flicker and the lights turn on, you just do a little edit to that, and then we're getting another day, and then first customer, you could just record them, but then ask them, for permission.
Yeah,
but like first customer of the day, literally whoever walks in first, and they could even say hi to the camera. That's a reel, bro. And then people love to see themselves on camera, so try to involve as many people as you can. So I don't know if you have like you should ask customers if it's okay to take a picture and tag them.
Yeah.
The same as the repost, but you post them. And they would love it because they'd be like, oh, hell yeah, I got posted by the brand. And
you know who does that? Mathw, bro.
He does that.
The return of the goods.
Yeah.
Which
is
is
everybody.
People love to see.
Bro, you can't tell him no either. I tried to tell him. No, yeah. I was like, nah, bro, I don't want to pick. He's like, oh, just hold the hat like that. I was like, nah, bro. He's like, come on. I was like, all right, bro, let's do it. Yeah. Shout out to Mathw, though.
It's a little return of the goods. Bro. You guys should see. I mean, there's different ways to do it, but it's just all those things, like you said, it's just more awareness for your brand.
Yeah.
People know about it.
Yeah,
they might not come this week, but they come next week.
Yeah, that's how I know for sure. Like, you come and you pull up on us, like, you really mess with us because we're never posting, like, hey, today we're, like...
Since you don't post, how many new customers do you get?
I don't know what the ratio is. I could probably look up I could probably get some kind of analytics on Square, but I think we get enough to, like... I think we get enough customers to justify like the ones that maybe taper off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we're always getting like just random new customers. Like they'll come in once and they're like, they'll get something and then we see them every single day. So it's super random.
They come and go, huh?
Yeah, they'll come and go. Like we'll have, people go hard for like
a week or two and then they're gone for like 2 months and they'll come back.
Yeah. Or like, they'll come hard for like 4 or 5 months and then like take a little break or like life happens. You know what I mean? Like you can't go to In-N-Out every single day and get a burger. Like
my brother can.
Oh no,
he did that,
crazy.
bro.
And we have people that come, bro. I have shout out like all the customers that have been coming since like the TKB days, like when we were selling out there, because we have like a huge amount of customers that have like consistently came and like showed love and bought coffee and brought friends, and their friends bring friends and their friends bring friends. Yeah, so shout out to all of our customers. Like, they're amazing.
Same, shout out to ours. We still bounce off that. We still have customers too that would that come, and they said that, oh, the last time we had you guys delivered to us. I was like, damn, that's a long time ago. Thank you so much for coming back.
Yeah,
like stuff like that is really cool, bro.
Yeah.
And like the stuff they come and ask for, are like, oh, we don't have that right now. Like the surf and turf fries, we get asked about that all the time, but we just don't got it.
What is that?
It's like our carne salad fries, but with a different sauce and shrimp on top.
Oh, okay.
So,
you guys had that for like a few months or something?
It just comes down to the storage. Like, we're out of a 10 by 10 canopy, so we just bought a bigger food warmer to put one more thing in there, and that was for the bacon, to add bacon to our stuff, because that was probably a little more popular.
Our customers are amazing, bro. Like, because they're as much as part of our story as like us having our story. Like, you know, they're the reason why we're here. Like, it sounds super cliche, but
100%.
if people didn't show up and bought coffee, we wouldn't be here.
100%.
You know, people.
That's
why customer service is like number one thing that most businesses should focus on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, the whole thing is like, yeah, treating your customers right and being honest and like just treating them right, bro. Like, and not just like hello, but like, hey, how are you?
Having that energy, like,
yeah, exactly.
Wanting to engage with them, that's huge, bro.
Yeah, because like, I mean, you could have subpar food, have amazing service, the food tastes better. 100%.
Yeah,
if you have great food, shit service, you'll never go back because the service was so bad.
Yeah, or you just be like, there has to be another value that why you're going back. Like, you go to McDonald's all the time because it's cheap. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going into McDonald's expecting like this crazy service. When I go to In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, it's different, you know? Like, I'm expecting great service. I'm expecting because they set that expectation. And I like going there personally because I feel good.
Right, and it's just like all white. You just feel good when you're in there.
Yeah, you just feel good.
They ask how your day's going and everything, bro.
Yeah. But they're always smiling, happy.
Yeah. But to go back to I think you asked me about Steve and if we pull our resources together when you were talking about those the banda people, how they have a network if they need a tuba.
You need something.
Yeah. So I was giving Steve a shout out because when we started Everbloom, I didn't have an address to get oat milk shipped to. So he would allow me to get oats sent to him, and I would pay him for it. He would get coffee sent to his shop, and I would pay him for it, and I'd go pick it up. So he really helped us out in the beginning for sure. And on a business level, I fully
that's huge.
am there for him as much as he's there for us. And on a friendship level, I love Steve to death. That's my boy for life. We've been through a lot together. Not grew up together like little kids, but business, bro. Business is not easy. We'll call each other stressed out, frustrated.
Well, business, but especially your own coffee shop business. You're the only two that have it on Hispanic, on this side of town. There's more coffee shops, but they're all
in
Everbloom's
Palm Desert, Palm Springs,
and Steve's got
Coachella. Yeah, you guys are the only ones, and that's why I don't go to any local ones except you guys. Mm-hmm. I go to Starbucks.
Are there any other local coffee businesses?
But there's a bunch, bro.
Yeah.
I see a bunch in Palm Desert.
Yeah,
there's one right there on Jefferson and 50
there's
or
vintage coffee
but
on 111.
I don't go to anyone except you guys, you two, and then the rest. If I go to Starbucks, I even get coffee at AM PM, bro. I'm just I need to turn.
Yeah,
it up,
you're just you're just convenience. You just
bro.
need to get it. Yeah, you're it's straight utility for.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes in the morning, bro. Because my mom lives on kind of by the high school, so in the morning I'm like, fuck, I wish this food was open, because then I could get something real quick. But
you end up going to 7-Eleven right there.
Yeah, but no, it's so I think pulling your resources is very important, and I think knowing the people that are in your industry is super important too, because for example, if me and Steve didn't know each other and we're both doing coffee, I don't know, there just could be weird things oh, you're making that drink, I'm making this drink, oh, that's working for you. There's such a level of transparency between both of us, hey, bro, how are your numbers? How are your numbers? What do you think I could be doing? We sharpen each other, you know? And I think that's super important, because instead of viewing somebody else as competition, if you're able to forge a relationship or a channel of communication and transparency within people in your industry, it actually strengthens your industry as a whole. Because I've been able to give Steve some things that have probably made his stuff work, or make something better, and he's done that for me. Like, I'm like, hey, bro, like, what do you think about this? Like, should I do this? No, I don't think so. Or, so it's like sharpening one another, So it's a good thing. Like, when he's low on cups or I'm low on coffee, like, we literally like just like look out for each other, to be honest, because I want to see him grow as much as I want to grow. There's enough like people that want coffee. Like, bro, there's a Starbucks on every corner. Like, that's who.
And that's not even enough, bro. Like, there's everything.
And then they're super packed. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, like, the demand is like this much and the supply is like right here.
That's what it is with anything. And everybody always has that competition mindset. Like, oh, if I start working with these people, I'm going to lose business. But it's like, the more you work with other businesses or other people, it's
really
more abundance for everybody. The world's too big, bro.
Like Sinful Sweets. Big. She does, bro. I love, shout out Lucero.
Shout out Lucero. That's the homegirl.
Dog, she's such a hustler, bro. Like, I'm low-key inspired by her sometimes,
She's
like
young, too.
Super
Younger than all of us.
Like, I don't think I know her. I know the business. I don't think I've ever met.
Shout out Sinful Sweets.
I remember I was trying to get some cheesecake bars from her, bro, and they kept selling out. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get cheesecake bars. And it was just like this elusive, like, and I'm like, bro, like, what, like, where are these at? Like, oh, in India, like. And finally I got my hands on some, and like I met her, and I'm like, bro, is this girl, like, is she working for somebody? Like, she owns it. Like, she runs it. Like, her and her family, they're all
family
hustlers.
Full of hustlers, bro. Yeah. Beautiful people too. Amazing people. Like,
Mom's super dope. Sister dope. Brother, amazing guy too. They're all just hustlers, bro. All in the service-based industry. But
that's dope.
But like, even her, like, I'll encourage her. She's doing coffee. She's doing drinks. Like, so I encourage her too, because she's not like, doesn't have a coffee shop yet, or
she got a whole different vibe too. Like,
and that, she has a different vibe, and that's another thing too. Like, okay, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to get this thought off. Like, being in the same industry is one thing. Like, we all sell coffee, right? But we do it different ways. Like, Everbloom is way different from 6th Street. 6th Street way different from Sinful Sweets, and that's what's important. Having like your identity as a shop, because if all of us sold like the same horchata. Like, okay, now it is competition because directly I'm comparing my horchata to yours. Like, that's his signature thing. Mine is like butterscotch, and, Lucero's is like,
I was just about to think too, because people get it all the time, but I was just about to think what it was.
No, you straight. I'll let you think about that. I'll say this, as long as you have like your unique identity, like your business, like that's when you can be like, have those relationships, because at the end of the day, you're never going to compete like on identity. Like, I'm not gonna look like him, I'm not gonna copy him. I'm uniquely myself, and I'm gonna compete with you on service and quality of product. That's it, But I don't want to compete with you like who has more plants, who has more like this or that. Like, I want to just compete with you because you're who you are and I am who I am. And indirectly, like, people are just gonna go where they like it. People love 6th Street, bro. I have people come into Everbloom with 6th Street hats on all the time. And I'm like, yo, that's so dope. Like, that's my boy, like, so yeah, I think, pulling your resources together and like just helping one another, because it's hard, bro. Like, if I know where you can order like these cups, these lids, these straws, these cup trays, these napkins, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
100%.
For the most part, like, I want to put you on, because I want more people that look like us. And I like, this is like just me sharing my heart. Like, I want more people that look like us in business, like, more like Latinos, like in like owning businesses, not working for people, because like, we're the backbone for I would say the whole like service-based industry in the Coachella Valley, like, period. Like, you go to any restaurant, you go to these catering events, bro, all our people just like working hard, bro. And it's like, I just want to see more of us just owning businesses. So I have a big heart for that. So whenever I see somebody starting something, I'm definitely always sharing my resources or sharing any kind of insight that I have.
Shout out to you, bro, because you are a big, big, big inspo for Papa Headz, bro. Like, you did a lot for us at the beginning. You still are doing a lot for us mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll call you whenever I have a question. I'll call you whenever I have anything. Hey, bro, should I do this? Even though we're not in the same industry, but you know what's up business-wise. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. Shout out to Marcel, too, because to piggyback off what you were doing with Steve, me and Marcel do that. We don't sell the same things. He sells fire-ass crepes, though.
Yeah, go check him out.
Yeah, but we use the same bottles for, like, lemonades, and he has, what does he have?
He has Mathw.
Yeah, Mathw. He has that.
Fire.
So whenever he's out
Super
of bottles, he'll just hit me up and, hey, bro, can I get some bottles? Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So we're working together, but he's all the way in Palm Springs. So, yeah, shout out to Marcel Gabino's. Genuine
I always
dude.
notice at your shop, you always have a bunch of like business owners, entrepreneurs, like hanging out. Like there's always, every time I go, they're always, well, not always there, but they're all like a few times, like Adam and Marcel. I've seen them there. You guys are like having a conversation, just chopping it up, you know. And then I think that's dope. Like you guys are staying.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be coming to downtown Indio, where we're gonna be going to too. So like, yeah, these relationships are important. Marcel was my homie before Gabino's. And Marcel, he's the owner of Gabino's Creperie in Palm Springs, located on, it's like Palm Canyon. It's like South Palm Canyon, I believe. It's near the Ace Hotel, super fire, bro. It's like it's like a walk-up window, but it's so dope. Like, you just don't know it's there. I don't even know if I could say this. I think, well, he's gonna come out. He's gonna be on the Food Network. Guy Fieri.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, myself, I can't say that, but
we'll call him after this ask.
Yeah, I know. I'll be like, hey, bro, when can I just put it? But yeah, Guy Fieri was there. So like, I mean, that is just like, that's some recognition on its own.
And he gets big people over there. Like, because I'll look at his story, I'll tap on the people.
Verified.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, that's dope. Yeah. Like, he's paving the way for like me to see shit like that. Yeah. I'm just like, damn, that's dope. Like, let's work up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fire.
And so he's the same dude who called us and was like, hey, this lady's gonna call you and take the job. So like, Marcel is like super important in our story of like how we started. And just overall as a friend, bro, like he's an amazing person. He started off doing pop-ups as well. That's how he started.
Paving the way.
Catering events.
I met him once through a Selective Series. Okay. They had an event we had a podcast, I think. I did a podcast with them, and then they're like, oh, we're going to go meet up at Las Palmas over in Palm Springs. You want to come? And then he was there. Yeah. He told me about his business and like all this stuff. And then I think I met him once at your shop.
I think you were pulling up.
I was pulling up, and you guys were already like talking and shit, and then talked to him a little bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, bro, like, I look up to him. Oh, shoot. I look up to him and what he's done. Like, bro, he turned a studio apartment into a kitchen. Like,
what is it? Like 500 square feet, 800
square
feet?
It's like 380 or something.
Yeah.
It's like
he made it work though, which is like amazing. Like, after I seen that, whole bunch of options like popped up in my head. I was like, yo, homie can do this. Like, I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? I just need to find a little hole in the wall spot somewhere and just run it.
Yeah.
Like, genuine dude.
Yeah, he's like for sure. Like, he's like my OG. Like, I look up to him. Like, for sure. Like, you know, and he's like fearless, bro. He's so fearless, and that's what's one thing I admire, you know, about him. Like, bro, he knew what he was gonna do, and he's probably the most persistent. Like, just like, I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I took that a lot because the spot that he has now, bro, he looked at like 40 different buildings. He would, hey, bro, I'm gonna come look at this spot. I'm looking at this spot. I'm looking at this spot. Somebody stole his idea and opened up a crepe shop in Palm Springs. Super trash. No shout out to them, but yeah, but I think everything's meant to happen the way it is. You know, our story, like his story, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Like, even the way we met, bro, like.
Tell that story, bro. It's amazing. Like, literally, it was God, bro. Like, it's crazy.
It's so weird, bro. Like, so one, I just crave, you know, relationships with other entrepreneurs because obviously that's what I'm doing.
And at that time, I was too sorry. But at that time, I was wanting to, like, surround myself with more like-minded people because I was stepping away from the people I was kicking it with. And I was praying, like literally praying to God, like, please bring more people around me because I'm real big on God. Like, and that's how me and him connect a lot too. And Marcel.
Yeah, for sure.
Huge on God, you know? And so yeah, sorry, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, we met because like, so I was going to buy some buñuelos from some lady that I like. I found her on Instagram. Some buñuelos.
Oh, buñuelos.
How do you say it?
Buñuelos, bro.
How do you say it?
Buñuelos.
Buñuelos, bro.
Ejay, bro. Ejay.
Buñuelos. I call them buñuelos. Yeah, we get.
We need a buñuelos spot right here in the desert, bro.
Fuck. Well, this lady, she gets down. I found her on Instagram. See, and that's me too. Like, bro, I know like a bunch of food spots. Like, and I'm like on Instagram, like, yo, can I go pick up? So, anyways, I was gonna go pick up, and I see that I can't get in the apartment. I'm like, damn, I need a gate key, whatever. So I see this white truck pull in. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to follow this white truck. Because he went in. And so he goes in. It's those apartments off of Fred Waring and, like, Clinton. And I go in. And the truck parks. I park right behind. And then I see this lady standing outside. And I'm like, oh, like, cool. Like, I was on the phone with her. Like, can you come out and meet me? Because I don't know where you live, you know? And so, like, I get out my car. I get my little money. And I'm like, cool, I'm about to buy these 5 buñuelos. I see a lady, and then I see like this dude get off a truck, and he's walking. He has some in his hand. We're walking to the same lady, and then like the lady looks at me, looks at him. I got money out. And then she's like, and I'm like, oh, I'm here to pick up my bumuelos. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, homeboy.
Yeah, I don't know
the Spider-Man thing. Like,
thing again. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, oh, I'm here to buy fries. Like, he's, you fries? And I'm like, oh, I was like, do you sell fries? Like, I don't know. He's like, oh no, like he's looking at me like, oh, I'm here to like deliver fries.
Yeah.
And it was him. And I was like, I felt so stupid, bro. Like, I walked up to a lady who was not the lady I was trying to find.
Oh, it wasn't her.
It wasn't her. Dog.
She was there for me.
She was there for him.
Yeah.
She was on the corner like, oh, like he was
delivery.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I got your food. Come out. So she comes out. I'm thinking it's
but like we were literally walking up at like the same time.
And I felt so stupid. And as we're walking away, he was like, hey, like you're so and so. I think you mistook me for like
your shirt. I was like, that's a Heaven Demons, right? Oh, I was like, hey, are you Heaven's Demons?
Yeah, it was like their brand sweater. And I was like, oh no, bro, like that's not me. Like those are the homies, but I own Everbloom. And at the time, that's when like that little stuff was happening with us. Like we didn't have nowhere to sell. We got kicked out, whatever. It was like on Instagram. And he was like, oh, I heard about what happened. And then we just started talking a little bit. And then I think we just exchanged numbers. And I was like, yo, bro, like call me whenever, like, you know, I was like, oh, it's a really cool dude. Like, you know, he got his business going, and it was cool. And it was so weird though. Like, it was just a weird way like that we met, like random,
like meant to happen.
Yeah, like meant to happen.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's a cool story, bro. Like, just from there, now you guys are like homies, running your own businesses and shit.
Yeah,
like,
talk to each other all the time. Like, weekly.
All the time. Yeah, for sure.
That's how it happens though. When you get like-minded people, you know, and you want to have those people in your life.
Yeah, low-key, I probably would have met him already because like I'm big on because I'm big on like if I see you selling and like I see the photos and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty bomb. Like I'll try it. You know, I'll support any local like food spot. And I love to be able to chop it up with like the owner. Like I'm just always extending myself, bro. Maybe too much, to be honest. Like overextending myself.
It's never that. Thing.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, like, cause sometimes it's like
you don't have time for yourself.
What's your favorite local food spot?
What's the top 3 local, low key, either trucks, local food joints?
Okay, so
top 3, go top of the dome.
Oh my God.
No.
No, it's because
that's tough.
It's a little tough. Is it like Indio or
like,
East Valley?
Still working out of the house. Still
both.
like shop.
Like 3 that you like. Doesn't have to be the 3 best. Just 3 that you like. You know.
They need to sponsor me, bro, because I send so many people here. Like if they're not listening, probably honestly, they probably like because I don't think that dude watches like any type of like YouTube. But if he does, Tranvia and Coachella on 6th Street, bro. Unmatched, bro. Their tortillas, hecho a mano, the flour and the corn, so fire. Their carne asada, amazing. Salsa is on point. Like, it's the best taco spot, in my opinion, in the whole desert. I would even say, like, low-key Southern California because I've had a lot of tacos, like, everywhere, like, even L.A., and they're great in L.A., but this spot, like, bro, their tortillas, it comes down to the tortillas at the end of the day. I've had great meat other places, seasoned well, but Tranvia, they kill it, bro. Their salsa is amazing.
That's it. I've actually never been there.
You never been there?
I've never been there, bro.
Nah.
I know where it's at. It's right there before you get to, like...
it's, like, right across the new, like, government building.
Yeah, I know. Damn, I gotta check it out. I love tacos, bro. That's my spot. Like, at Coachella, I ate tacos, like...
One-stop shop.
I like what
That's 2?
Like.
That's your number 2?
No, I had to throw them in there.
He said, wait, no.
Like, hold on. No. One Stop Shop is amazing.
Yeah, shout out to the owner. I forgot his name, but he's a genuine dude. What's his name?
I don't even know.
Oh, he's a cool dude.
Well, I know the owner of the building, but
yeah.
I don't know who's running the shop.
No, those tacos, bro, I would say they're like, it's a different kind of taco, though. Again, Tranvia is like, it's a bigger taco. It's not like a street taco. Mm-hmm. So, like, Tranvia, you get one taco for like $4, and it'll fill you up. Like, I eat 2. You know, but if I go to One Stop, I'll probably get 4. So I think it's a different category of taco, but they're fire too, bro. I put them up there, top 5 for sure. Taco spot. Damn, I don't even know who else right now.
My 3 would probably be Kim Ki Shrimp. No order. Have you had Kim Ki Shrimp? I'm not even saying
I've been slacking it. Kim K. I think I know who they. No, I'm talking about super nice. I met her before.
Yeah,
the
is that the one that sells out of Coachella? Or?
Yeah. She's still pushing out of the house.
The one that the big
crab boil.
Big ass tray. Yeah, fire.
That shit's insane. Bro.
Yeah,
I haven't had it.
Amazing.
That's badass.
It's bad, bro, because I'll just keep eating.
It's fire.
Yeah, that's like that. Like that. There's something about eating messy food, bro. Like you just get into. You're like in the zone.
Once you're messy, you're like, fuck it. Let's keep going.
Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Nah.
But there's like this character called the Hound, and there's like a scene where he's just, I mean, it's Game of Thrones, so it's like the medieval times type thing. So like this was just eating, like grabbing shit out of the plane, eating with his mouth, like with his hands. They didn't use fucking forks back then.
That's how you're eating kimchi.
So like that shit, that's like you're tapping into some like roots,
some like savile primal.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's probably facts.
So she's up there. Gabino's, I crave his.
Oh, Gabino's! Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
we had a whole 20-minute segment on Gabino, so you gotta name somebody.
It's kind of Mando.
That's he's already been goated.
It was gonna be Kimchi, Gabino's, and Simple Sweets. Like those are the ones that I really go to. I haven't had Kimchi in a while. I'm sorry, but
yeah, Lucero got the best pastries in ever.
Fire.
Just like of all time. Period.
Yeah, she gets down.
Period.
Works hard.
Yeah.
There's some others that I'm missing too. The
thing is, I can't say like their whole menu is fire, but I have like
a certain thing you like.
I got a list that I give customers.
I'm just gonna my top 5.
I'm gonna read off of it real quick. Sloan's in India on the corner.
Oh, bro,
the pancakes.
The pancakes,
bro. I tell everybody best pancakes
in the world.
I said pancakes.
Bañuelos, pancakes.
I was trying to get it out, bro. The pancakes are amazing.
Like melt in your mouth,
bro. Dude.
Amazing.
They're just so good, bro.
Really?
And
I gotta try.
And they're slacking it because not slacking. It's good for us, like as a consumer. But when you go and you get I think it's a Southwest Ranch breakfast. It's basically like your potatoes, your eggs, and your bacon. And they say like, what kind of bread do you want? Like toast. You can sub toast for pancakes.
For real. Yeah.
And no extra charge.
That's a life hack.
That's crazy, bro. I know. I'm always.
Yeah, I go there for pancakes. Just like anything you eat, you gotta order like at least one pancake, bro. It's the best, bro.
The pancakes are just.
That's just crack.
Super fire. Where else?
That's my favorite logo spot, Sloan's.
Yeah, Sloan's. Yeah, I love Sloan's.
I like Allende's too. I like their tacos.
I don't think I've ever been there, to be honest.
Allende.
Taco Tacos. He has like unique tacos, but they're really good. Like shout out to my friend Daniel. He's running out of a food trailer right now, and like
go ahead.
Sorry. Shout out Daniel. He's running out of a food trailer like in DHS Palm Springs area. It's called Taco. It's pretty bomb. It's
Taco
up there.
Tacos.
Yeah, I gotta go try those, bro. You've been telling me about them for a minute. I need to go.
So those are like the main ones I crave. It's Kimchi, Everbloom. I crave this all the time. I crave Gabino's, his crepes. He's got the Buffalo Chicken Ranch crepe. One of my favorites.
Buffalo Chicken Ranch crepe.
Buffalo Chicken Ranch. He has a chicken pesto.
That's crazy,
bro.
I gotta check it out. I've never really tried
his secret sauce. What is it called?
It's an ají. So it's like
no, like the actual name on the menu. What is it called? It's like his grandma's recipe, right?
Yeah, but I forgot.
Grandma something. Sorry.
I don't know. I forgot. I don't know what he calls it, but it's an ají. It's called
fire.
It's ají. It's like Argentinian. It's like it's like jalapenos, like cilantro, garlic, olive oil, and it's like whipped, and it looks like a sauce. Like almost like an avocado sauce. That's what it kind of resembles. Fire. Bro, oh my God, it's so amazing. And then he has like a house-made chimichurri, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, Marcel probably gonna have to open up the shop right now.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to open late at night, bro.
But Carnitas boy in Coachella.
Ooh, yeah, bro. He's cool too. He's funny, bro.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he got no filter. He's funny as hell, bro.
I went and there's like a little bell. I ring it. Hey, hold on. And I was like, what? And he's like, I'll be there right now. And I was like, bro, I'm at somebody's house, right?
People like that but people like that can get away with shit.
Yeah, he can get away with it.
Those spots are low-key the best. Like in the back of a fucking liquor store.
Yeah,
bro. Shit. I fucking love Carnitas, bro.
He just got a food trailer.
That's the homie right there, bro. Like, I've seen him cater like a bunch of events, and I always go to him like whatever, nachos, tacos. Buy him, leave it as like I just buy pounds. I hate like it always sells out because it's so bomb.
Yeah.
So because I know how to make carnitas on acaso too.
Oh like, yeah.
Like my dad used to sell that shit growing up as a kid. So we used to parties, but he didn't do it as a business. He would do it for like, let's say one of his like old school friends or whatever would be like, hey, do you want to do carnitas for like a quince or a party? He said yes. He get paid for it, but he never advertised. Like he didn't want to just do it for randoms. It would just have to be like a special thing because it's like you're talking about like a 6, 7, 8 hour process.
Damn.
Because you gotta like chop up the meat because you do it the day you cook the carnitas, so it's fresh. So you gotta like take the cuero from the pig.
What's cuero? Skin, huh?
The skin. So you have to like if you leave it on the meat, you gotta take it out because it burns. So you just like throw it in there. So you have to like fucking take everything out. Then there's like a process. I mean, there's like a whole process. Like you gotta do like the buche first because it takes the longest to cook. So
what's buche? What part of the animal is that?
Buche is the stomach.
Oh, fire.
So that when you throw it in the caso, it bubbles up. It looks like balloons, like just like floating.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And then like there's like a little process. One day when I make some,
that's interesting.
Man, the summer's coming up because I have a copper caso. So in the U.S. you can't sell out of a copper because it's illegal. So the way they cook them is like silver copper, silver casos. But when we have one from Michoacan that's like 20 something years old, and we still have it's right here in the back.
Oh damn!
And I like making them. So my dad, I used to go with them, help him chop up everything, like get it started, and then by the end of the night, my dad would get drunk and shit. So then I have to fucking start serving people, and then at the end we gotta wash and pack everything up. So I was doing that for a long time. He used to sell in Mexico like every Sunday. He would sell, but like over there was like an actual pig. Like you kill the pig on Friday, Saturday you like skin it, prep everything, and then Sunday you cook them and sell them. So that was like the process over there. But here you just buy the meat, so it's a lot cleaner and easier.
Damn,
yeah, I can never do all that, bro. Rest in peace, the pigs.
Oh, that's far.
I used to go to the rastro. The rastro is like at the slaughterhouse, I guess. Oh. So you go in there and then they stab it like under the armpit and then like squealing and they just let the blood out and you have to hang it up. It's like, and I used to go when I was like 5, 6 years old. They would take me to
traumatized.
That's traumatizing.
I've been doing this shit for like years. So when it comes
I've been about this.
been about this. So carnitas, bro, that's my favorite food of all time.
Yeah,
like,
so you and carnitas boy head to head?
Oh hell, nah. he's badass, bro. Like his shit tastes bomb as fuck. Like I could tell when it's like good carnitas versus like you buy some shit from like Cárdenas, so that's just trash. Yeah. I haven't had a good one, but his legit, bro. Like straight up from Michoacan. His dad, shout out to his dad, like because he always shouts him out too. I mean, that food's one of my favorite restaurants too. So I want to have him on the podcast too. I talked to him about him before, but we haven't really like.
You gotta catch that boy, man. You gotta catch him because like and then another day I went and he's like, "Oh, I'm closed today." I was like, "What?" Like he was just randomly closed one day. And he's like, "When I sell out, I sell out."
He sells out,
like,
bro.
What? Like
if you don't go early, bro,
I didn't know
you
that.
better like go early because that food sells out. Like he's so popular, bro. Yeah. Especially on the weekends, everyone's hungover. Want to throw a party, you're just buying like pounds. And,
no, his nachos, bro, with his carnitas are just amazing.
Yeah, bro, that food's killing it, bro.
I put Bob's Twin Kitchen. Shout out Bob. Shout out Poncho. My homie just graduated from Harvard, bro. Super proud of him. From Indio. Graduated from Harvard.
That's tough.
Super hard.
Super tough.
Yeah, Bob's Twin Kitchen have these tacos ahogados. It's like a
Bob's is
okay.
People used to get that shit in high school all the time.
Yeah.
What high school you go to?
I went to Indio High, but like I
Indio?
went. Yeah, but I went like my last year of like.
What year you graduated?
2012.
Oh, for us? What the fuck?
Yeah, we walked together, bro. We was right there.
I was 2011.
Oh, you were 2011? I'm just kidding.
But I knew all the 2012 foods. Like I played football a bunch.
But see, I only went my last year of my senior year because I was like independent studies. I just wanted to graduate from like an actual high school.
Yeah. That's crazy. What school you go to?
I went to Bradshaw. It's in Arizona.
Oh yeah. You're telling me. Yeah.
I was gonna go to Indio though. I had started playing football like before freshman year started. I started practicing with the team. Then my mom moved me to Arizona.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Wilma and Frida's, bro, their biscuit. Yeah, the biscuits and gravy is fire there. Cheekies, super. So
you just have a list of your favorite foods.
Yeah, literally, I have like it's called brunch spots, bro. Like
that's huge.
That's dope. You should make an Instagram, a food page, bro.
No, I know I need to, bro. I just
because you're so knowledgeable. You know all these businesses. You know what food is the best. So
I invest a lot of money into it.
You'll be speaking from
ordering stuff.
You're not. So some of these food spots, like these people that do food vlogs. They just go and try out new shit, but like you already have a list. Like you're coming in with like, oh, these are the best pancakes from Slums. I've had that shit like 100 times. Like I didn't just go to try out the spot and this is what I like. Now like you have a list.
I've been about this.
You've been about that shit.
Been about this. Like Thai food, Bangkok Noodle in Cat City, bro. Oh my god, the Paseo. I think.
What's like the best sushi spot in the valley?
Oh, I don't eat sushi.
You know sushi?
I'm not a sushi guy. Okura though. Everyone says Okura.
I just fucking deep fried El Capitan, bro. Fucking the Mexican sushi.
Yeah. No, that's. I like tempura, but I feel like I'm not having the real experience like raw, like sashimi.
I like my shit fried.
Like that. You like it fried?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's just like some people just eat like the salmon pieces, like I can't eat that. I cut up a pig and shit, but I'm not gonna eat salmon, bro. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah. No, there's that one spot too in La Quinta behind Trader Joe's. Masai. No, I don't know what it's called. That one is fire.
Oh yeah, we went to it. But the line was like 45-minute wait.
Oh, they're popping
Like
for sure.
I was like, damn. So and we had movie tickets to go to the theater. So we ended up
right there by the
we
theater.
ended up eating at the Pho place, like across the street or like across the little parking lot.
Was that fire?
It was pretty fire.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the spot, but
Yeah. No, Bangkok noodle for Thai food. Their pho is amazing. The pasiu is what I order, and the green coconut curry soup, bro, amazing. Amazing. What else? Areolas. Everyone knows it. Well, not everybody actually. A lot of people that live in India, even in the East Valley, they don't know about areolas. You know about areolas?
Nope.
yeah, I know.
Areolas is fire, bro.
That's just been
Well, I know like about them. I've seen them, but I haven't had them.
Yeah, shout out Ian. He's one of the family members there. He comes to Everbloom all the time. Casa de Silvia, bro, amazing. I love Casa de Silvia. Their mole, fire, bro.
They're right there in downtown, aren't they?
We're downtown India, bro. Super. That's like one of my favorite places to go, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's it. I have a lot of Palm Springs stuff, but that's cool.
I don't go like to Palm Springs or anything. Like I just stay in this side of town. Like it's rare. Only for work. For work I do, but for
DJ's Louisiana Kitchen. Sorry,
DJ's.
DJ's.
Yes,
He's got one of my favorite chicken sandwiches.
Yeah,
It's
DJ's
fire.
is fire.
He knows what he's doing with that
His
chicken.
mac and cheese is fire, bro. Straight from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Straight from the bayou, baby. For real.
which is that one? DJ's
Louisiana Kitchen? Yeah, that's his
Yeah,
Instagram.
he's like on the same journey as us. He's doing the pop-up tent thing
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. But
Oh,
I seen him expanding though. I see he's got like 3 tents now.
Yeah, Smoky Lips is fire too. I don't know if
I see him all the time.
yeah,
but I
bro,
haven't had
his
him.
food is popping off pies. Okay, yeah, this is another sector because like these are popping off pies. Have you met him?
Yeah. I just met him at the
Chris?
autism walk. He's a genuine dude.
Bro, super nice.
That's what
guy.
that makes pizzas like on the spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bro. Six
Good
Street
pizza.
Oh yeah,
too.
6th Street had them.
Yeah.
we were right there.
Very good pizza. I had
That's
it
when I
for
met
the
Brian.
first time.
6th Street spot. The 2-year anniversary.
Shout out Brian.
Yeah.
Shout out Brian.
Like
He
this
does all of our
I was
video work.
recording a little vlog and he came up to me. He's like, "Oh, I watched your interview with Steve. I do the film program too. If you ever need help recording shit, just hit me up."
Oh, that's
I got his
fire.
Instagram. And like 2-3 weeks later, I'm like, "Hey," is when I had the food department. Like, I need help with the production and shit. He's like, "Oh hell yeah!" So we just been working for a year. Like it just happened. Like
Damn, that's
Hell
crazy.
like this was getting
Shout out
Oh,
Brian.
that's cute.
Hardworking guy.
producing this podcast.
Oh, that's fire, huh? He is producer.
The man behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, popping up pies, super fire, Chris. Hoja Blanca, super fire too. Hoja Blanca is great, bro. Like they're just pop-ups.
These are pop-ups?
Yeah, all these people are pop-ups. You just gotta find them.
Oh, Blanca's
Yeah.
like the one that does like the bougie Mexican food.
Yeah, but bro, dog, I'm telling you, it's fire, bro. Like,
She has like the super like. I think we did a pop-up together at the San Pablo event. I think I seen her. She looks like super like fancy. She's got.
well,
like,
there's I don't know if it's you're talking about Hoja Blanca.
I think so.
Yeah, Hoja Blanca. It's actually 2 dudes, but they do have like a lady working there. I don't know if it's like their moms or something, but there is a lady there, and then there's a lady that works in the front. But I think the owner is like 2 dudes. One of them I used to work with at the restaurant that I was serving at. He was like he was a cook in the back. But bro, their food is like amazing. Sorry, what were you saying though?
Nothing.
Have you had it outside the masa?
No, not
Yes,
yet.
Dude,
bro.
that spot is so fire,
one of the
bro.
best birria tacos I've ever had.
Dude, like they're
I'm gonna go try
the
it. Can't cap.
birria tamada, birria quesadilla. There's
Fire.
it just like
bro.
fell apart in my mouth. Bro. I was
Like I had them once at during the pandemic. They had it like I don't know if it was his backyard or because the homie from Snacks on the Go, you know, Snacks on the
shout
Go.
out to
I
him
remember
too.
him.
He dropped off
Ray?
something not too long ago.
He had like a pop up with them like together, and I was like, oh, I'll go check it out. Dude, like the food is incredible. And they actually have a documentary
Do they?
that they had air at the Latino Film Festival 2019.
That's hard.
They just got a food trailer.
I saw them at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
They were doing El Commander. They were standing right there at
That's
the fairgrounds.
hard.
And like their shit's fire, bro. Like you gotta check it out.
Bro,
And some of the
tacos-
best, bro.
Taco Shop
760. Oh my god.
No, shout out to them.
They
They're
fucking
pushing
rose
numbers,
hard,
bro. They're
bro.
doing work. Like from where they started in that Canaceria right there. Now
Well, no, they
have-
started out the house.
Did they?
Out the house.
Then they could have
And then they got that little spot, little joint right there, like in the liquor store around Calhoun.
Yeah.
Over by Martha's
Yeah.
Village or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they got the. I think they're running both right at the same
Yeah.
time. I only go to the other one now.
I don't
but-
know them. I don't even know who runs the shop. I just know their shit's fire.
I know. I don't know either, but yeah.
I think it's the guy with the big beard, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I never. On.
He was always the one I would talk to.
Yeah.
I would. It was like a little language barrier, but
same. Yeah, that's fine.
That's the best taco spots, bro. Like
Yeah.
that shit. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
bro. That shit at the low key spot where
Bro,
there's homeless people outside and like a liquor store, and then in the back there's a food spot. That spot's gonna be fire.
Yeah, like if you
don't check the fucking health department. Don't ask for papers. Just that shit, man.
Just come in order.
No, for us, facts. I know, like Taco Shop 760, bro. They're consomme, bro. Oh my god,
it's making my mouth water right now.
How you feel about all those?
Personally, I love all those.
All those is the best.
I love all those.
If I'm drunk and it's like 11 p.m., I'm going to all those. Like
I love all those.
I don't drive, but I'll get all those to me.
Yeah, I know some people feel like, oh, I love all those.
They changed their menu though, like 3-4 years ago, because it was like it used to be kind of trash. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what happened. No disrespect, but like they had like a menu change. Now all their food's fire, and then they give you like a taco, and it's like fucking it looks like a burrito, bro. Like fucking a shit of meat, the fries.
No, my order,
quesadillas are crazy.
No, my order from them is so it's like carne asada fries, but it's pastor fries, not carne asada, pastor fries. But then you do half fries,
half and half.
Oh damn! Damn.
That's the key right there.
How do you know that? How do you know that? That felt special.
I don't think I've ever had that. I've never had all those.
And then you ask them for grilled onions on top.
I never asked for that.
Yeah,
that's a hack.
Yeah, grilled onions, bro.
The only thing I don't like is the salsa. It's all watered down. That's the only thing they give you a little. But I mean,
that's just,
it's drunk food. You know?
No, it's drunk. Yeah, no, it's fire though. I mean,
they're open 24 hours too. Like
for real?
4 in, 3 in, no matter what day. 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah,
like,
they probably got one of my favorite breakfast burritos. It's just like basic, like the same thing too. Like I sub every meat for pastor, so I get like the breakfast burrito, and instead of bacon, I sub pastor. It's fire, bro. So it's like a pastor breakfast burrito with like eggs, pastor, hash browns, cheese, beans. Fire.
Sounds fire.
Yeah, super good. I think that's all I could think of food spots right now. I feel like I got a homie somewhere that has a food spot.
I'm fucking starving now, bro. What the fuck?
I'm so hungry, bro. But Taco Shop 760 is amazing, bro. Like it's not even. It's amazing.
They work hard too.
Yeah, they where
they are now. They're working hard, bro.
Yeah, like the way they've grown, because it was like like during the pandemic, no.
I think they maybe were before,
huh? It was before, and then like the pandemic, bro. Like if you were a food business at home, I don't know what happened, but it was like support local was so strong.
Huge. And
shout out.
That's why we like shout out to all the customers. Like
shout out East Valley for sure.
East Valley,
bro, specifically because they like DHS too. DHS is like
everyone's got their own communities, like
but because I know you got a lot of orders from DHS, huh?
A shitload.
Yeah.
When we were delivering, bro. Thank God gas prices were cheaper in La Quinta.
Oh, you gotta go to VHS?
Yeah,
well, we would get and you would get double orders, huh? Like you would
go there, come right back. And we had no minimum too, because we wanted to just really expand. Get it out there. And it worked. Like Coachella and DHS were like huge. And even at this spot now, we get a lot of people. We don't get a lot of Coachella people, but we get a lot of DHS people that still make that drive. Come. That's a freaking drive awesome. Too.
Yeah, no, it's a drive. But yeah, shout out East Valley, bro. Like, because during the pandemic, like, it wasn't just us, but it was people like, Papa Headz, it was people like Sinful Sweets. Bro, Sinful Sweets, I just want to, like, bro, she had, like, a cult following that, like, nothing I've ever seen. She still does. Yeah, she definitely still does. But, like...
It's growing.
Bro, it's her stuff is crazy. But anyways... support local was super heavy out here, and I think that's what helped thrive a lot of us, to be honest. Like it helped my growth. I know for sure it helped his growth. 100%. Like a lot of these people that were just trying to get it like out the mud,
get it any way they could.
Anyway,
because the times were scary. Like
times were tough.
Back when we were selling fries, like if you were asked like what was your future with this, like during the middle of the pandemic, it was just to survive at that point, because I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen.
Yeah, it was some crazy times, bro.
Yeah. Cool, I spent like $1,500 on food one day. I just went and bought like rice and beans.
Oh, for when everything happened.
Yeah, I was part of the problem, to be honest. Like,
all the toilet paper.
No. So,
bro, that was crazy. The shelves were empty everywhere. Bro. It was scary, bro. Everything. It was scary.
I'm like, y'all nasty. Just take a shower, bro. Or like, I got a bidet.
Do you?
I got a bidet. Trees outside, bro. Fucking some grass, bro.
No, I got a bidet. Like everyone should have a bidet. That's like super hygienic.
Bidet?
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting a bidet at the shop, to be honest.
Please do.
That'd be hard.
I've never tried it, to be honest. I don't know.
That'd be hard.
If I were to try, it would be at Everbloom.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I think I'm gonna do it.
Every day.
But I think just like the East Valley as a whole is an amazing community. Like Coachella.
What is the East Valley? Like all of us?
Yeah. Well, like Indio,
Coachella,
what's West Valley?
I was like Palm Springs, Palm Desert. La Quinta's kind of in the middle, but I think La Quinta's like part of it.
La Quinta's like its own little.
Yeah, everything like it's like Jefferson and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thermal to Mecca to all this. It's like it's that's what the culture is. It's like these people have been around for so long. The families they stay here. La Quinta Palm Desert is like new people moving to the desert, buying homes, and like there's nothing wrong with it. It's everything's different, but it's the community's here.
Yeah, but
maybe because we're part of it too.
So. But speaking on that, bro, we have a lot of people moving into the desert, bro. Like a lot of people that have left, like LA. Like a lot of our customers, when I talk, they're like, "Oh, we just moved here from LA. Like you guys remind us of a shop we used to go to." Like a lot, bro.
DHS in particular is growing rapidly. I think it's so cheap.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are coming from
DHS
LA.
is growing huge, bro.
DHS is beautiful to me too.
Those they changed they changed a lot because of the big dispensary. They're not dispensaries, but they're the growers.
Growers, yeah.
So the city's getting a lot of revenue from these growers because since weed got legal and stuff, it's just been blooming
tax
out
dollars,
there. And they've been the tax money. So now they fixed up downtown. They have more police officers to slow down the crime because that's what DHS was known for. It had a bad reputation, like there's a lot of drugs and violence and stuff. They only had I think less than 20 police officers for the whole city. Damn. Now they have 50 or something like that. That's what I was talking to somebody. So, and the more revenue they get, it just keeps growing, keeps elevating. So, I think the valley just gonna continue to grow. Like there's no slowing down, bro. There's so many people in LA that are paying $4,000 for an apartment, dealing with crazy traffic. Like it's all this other bullshit. So it's you know what? Let's move to the desert. We could work from home. We could have our offices. We could still commute to LA if we needed to. That's a big thing too. That a lot of people, the pandemic accelerated that movement of moving to online, or that you don't have to be in the office every day.
This is better that way.
Could do a couple fucking FaceTime or Zoom calls.
Yeah, no,
big emergencies or meetings. Yeah, let me drive to.
Yeah. Well,
over there.
A lot of companies they were like, why are we paying for offices? Why are we paying for this headquarters in LA when we got when people can just work from home? And we can do meetings this way. And a lot of companies pivoted and they've kept it where people can work remotely, which is clutch. Cause DHS, Indio, Thermal, bro. Thermal's popping right now, bro. Bro.
Shout out to Nick's Pizza. He's out in Thermal a lot.
Bro, Nick is a really solid dude.
That's he is. He gives game for sure. But Thermal is up there.
Yeah, no, Thermal's popping in the sense of just the amount, obviously you got the Thermal Club. But there's so much development that's gonna start taking place in the next couple of years, so it's gonna be there's just a lot. The valley's definitely gonna grow.
They're building that new hockey arena too, 11,000 seat arena.
Right there off Country Club, huh?
Oh yeah, by the freeway. Yeah, a lot of our customers, they're from Orange County, LA. They come buy a house. They sold their overpriced house in LA. They buy a good house here, and then they have money to remodel, and they just knew everything. Or a lot of people still have their house over there, but they're oh, we're just moving here. Now we're just have 2 homes or whatever. There's so many people with money here. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people with money here.
Yeah, the level of wealth out here is ridiculous. You got people this is people.
Indian Wells is the wealthiest city in America,
per capita or something like that.
Yeah, it's top
because it's so small and
yeah. Indian Wells is wild.
That's the place to be right there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is we have so much untapped potential here in the valley.
Yeah.
And there's never been if you go to LA, you go to San Diego, it's more of a big community. People really rep. The valley has that, but it's still kind of in small pockets.
It's fractional.
Yeah, fractional. So that's what we're trying to. At least my goal for just creating content and working with people like you guys, just I want to showcase that, it's dope.
That's fire, bro. No, I love it. And that's why, I honestly genuinely support you, bro, because, it felt so, people's, when I seen you in, the artist section and I'm in GA, watching Grupo Firme at Coachella, I saw you and I'm bro, dog, this dude's making, videos of Coachella and, he's getting, these looks. And, I'm bro, this is dope. That makes me so proud. To see somebody getting that opportunity. So shout out to you, bro, and always working super hard and putting content out, because at the end of the day, not a lot of people are highlighting the desert like you are, and so yeah, bro, thank you for that. Thank you for creating a platform for people like us to talk and 100%. To get our thoughts off and get and inspire others, bro, because this content is gonna live on YouTube forever. So you're time stamping pivotal times in my life, in his life, in your life, this time next year, like, who knows where you'll be, you know, as far as like content wise and just like your team, like. So yeah, bro.
You're gonna be huge, bro. You're gonna be huge.
Yeah, you're gonna be good, bro.
I could see it, like, even before, like, I hit you up the first time. I was like, "Yo, let's do a podcast." I could genuinely see you being big just because of the amount of effort that you put into this shit and the work that you're putting in, bro. Like, it's gonna go up there.
And your skill, bro. Like, you're skilled, bro. Like, you're talented.
It's hard work, bro. It's not. I don't think it's skill. Like how you said, it's 90%
Who said
hard
that
work.
quote? Joe Rogan. He said some quote about hard work, or Mike Tyson. One of them. They said a quote about skill and hard work.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in hard work over skill. Like, everything I've done is just doing a shitload. Like 500. I made, I think, like 500 YouTube videos in 15 years. So I just made a video. It's on YouTube, but it's not live. I still have to like do some analytic stuff, but it's literally my YouTube story. So it talks about like my first videos from 2007.
Damn. That's a minute, bro. God, that's dope.
It's a little, and then it was like how you're saying it's a timestamp when you said that on the video. I downloaded some older videos, and then there's like I did like a Coachella 2016 review, and then there was a part where I'm like, oh, Kobe just retired on Wednesday, and then I saw a bunch of people wearing Kobe jerseys at Coachella. Like, that's a timestamp. Like Kobe retiring, fucking 2016, and that's what it is. Is like, there's no one in the Valley making content, and I still don't understand why. Like, of course, some people are trying more, but compared to just anywhere, bro, like, just people don't make content here. Or if they do, they want to move to LA, or they go to LA to vlog or do all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, like, you live in a place where billionaires and millionaires are retiring and have their fucking vacation homes, and you look outside and there's crazy palm trees and mountains, and the biggest festivals in the world are here, and fucking the culture is here. And I'm like, bro, like, no one's fucking making content here. It's like, I don't know.
And thank you for changing that narrative, bro, because it is true. Like, I tell people the same exact thing. Like, I'm not in your industry, but like, I'm in the food industry, and I tell people, bro, like, people, I want to go to Palm Springs, or like, I want to take this like West Valley. I'm like, bro, like, the East Valley doesn't have it. Like, do you realize like you will pioneer, you will be the first one, you will own the market? Like, there's so much opportunity. There's opportunity anywhere, to be honest, you know. But specifically here in the desert, bro, like, yeah, you're right. Like, a lot of times we think like, oh, let's go to LA, let's go to San Diego, where things are already popping. Like, there's already cool restaurants, there's already, you know, media companies. Like, bro, do that here, build this here. Like, when you build up your company, bro, who's gonna be bigger than you out here? Like, nobody. Like, you're already cementing your name, and like, people know who you are. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't. Even people have told me, like, why aren't you like your music videos? Because I shoot music videos for local artists, and they're like, oh, how come you don't go shoot like some big artists in LA? I'm like, I want to shoot the artists here because they need the exposure. Because it's talent when it comes to music, it's almost the same thing. You just need awareness. You just need high quality for people to take you serious. And
you need to market yourself.
The artists need to market themselves. It's not even about talent. Like, you'd think it would be about talent. Of course, you have the Jimi Hendrix and these guys that like the top of the game, Beyonce, you know, that's Kanye fucking genius level. But most of the artists is marketing, bro. Like, there's so many artists that blew up on TikTok over the last 2 years by making cool, engaging TikToks, and they'll put their songs, and out of nowhere starts trending, and it changes their whole lives. Like, and local artists, they post one video and they think they're gonna blow up, or like, oh, my song's gonna go viral. But like, the ones that go viral, they literally make like 100 TikToks about that song, and then one of them might take off, and then boom, like. And I want to bring that to the Valley. So, like, marketing and help one of the artists local. I just want to stay local.
It's a social media driven world right now. Like, you could blow up anywhere in the world if you have a cell phone and Instagram. You know, that's what we're trying to capitalize on. Being like the only French fry based spot out here is because out west there's a lot, maybe like 3 or 4 that I know of. I'm sure there's more, but out here, like, I tell people all the time, like, it's a gold mine out here if you really like tapped into certain things and you're trying to like build something from the ground up. Like, start right here where there's nothing that can interfere with your business, and you just get all the free will to do, like, to make mistakes and to be able to just keep growing. Like, out here is the place to do it. That's
why the cities too, like Coachella, Indio, they're helping, you know, whatever they can, because any business that's trying to move out here, like how you were saying, someone's like, oh, why don't you open in La Quinta or Palm Desert? Why are you trying to go in Indio or Coachella? Like, people already see it as like
a stigma. There's a negative stigma.
It's a negative stigma, bro, but it's changing. Like 6th Street, like in general, is changing that shit. Like people go to downtown 6th Street, you see white people in, like in downtown 6th Street just walking around.
That's a classic.
It's such a cool culture now that they redid like the whole downtown, the new library, the coffee shop, rebuilt all the buildings and the park that's right there. And like you're saying, India's starting to develop and hopefully in like 5 years it's popping as well. And it's like that it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah,
like,
for sure, bro.
It's just a matter of time.
That's the promise. Like you could timestamp this, play this back. I love when Gary Vee he says like, "Hey, you can play this back," and like you'll see, he was right. But yeah, no, bro. Downtown India is gonna be super popping. People are gonna want to be there. Like later on when it's already popping. But right now, like it's so prime for something new, something fresh. Because back in the day, bro, downtown India was popping. I've seen like photos. I hear like there's this like Facebook group. If you grew up in India, like whatever, like it's like this small group of like
vintage stuff.
Yeah, like older people, and they post like photos and like, bro, India was like bustling. Like it was like there's like a JCPenney down there. There was like a Sears down. Like it was literally like a thriving shopping area. You know what I mean?
Well, India was the first town in the valley because they had the railroad stop. So between Phoenix and Los Angeles, the only stop was in India. So whenever you had any kind of stuff like that, that's all the small towns like pop up either by a body of water or through the railroads. Yeah, that's where you would like. There was like an India hotel, little shops for all the people like stopping from the train, and of course everything over time just grows. But India just has so much history, and it's like the thing is yes, it's like a historic town, this culture. But it literally has the most talked about and the biggest festival in the world. Like that marketing and the 100,000 people that come, or 200,000 people over like a whole month come to the city to party.
Over like 2 weeks.
Like 3 weeks with Stagecoach.
3 weeks,
like,
3 weeks, yeah.
That's what I always say too. Is like if I lived in South Dakota and shit, I'm like, I gotta move to LA and do some shit. But not even that, bro. Like the biggest YouTuber in the world, Mr. Beast. You guys heard Mr. Beast?
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's got like 100 million subscribers. He bought a $10 million like studio. He has 3 warehouses so he could create crazy videos, and it's all in North Carolina. And they told him, why don't you go to LA with all the YouTubers? Like, no, like I want my town. So he's got a team of like over 100 employees, all from the same town he grew up in. And he's the biggest YouTuber in the world. He doesn't need to go to LA. He doesn't need to go to New York or Miami. Like he built in his town.
Social media.
And we could do that here.
100%.
But also we have the back of the fucking festival in the whole area, like
we're gonna do that, bro, for sure, 100%. Like we're gonna make this like India. I grew up here. You grew up in India. Like I grew up on King Street, Requin, Arabia. Like bro, we had nothing, like, and so like it's my goal to like do my part in making sure my business adds to the value of downtown or just India overall. And help other small businesses to come in and like help curate a dope experience in downtown. One that we get when we go to like Pasadena or we go to like Santa Ana, like the Packing House District. Like these are cool curated experiences that
even downtown Palm Springs, because that's like a place to go.
Yeah,
downtown India will be similar to that in a couple of years. Yeah, like, it'll be a place to go soon.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be popping for sure. And I think the city is very pro business right now, and they're really trying to like work with people, and I do like my part as far as like connecting with other small businesses to like not even give like game, bro, to be honest, because a lot of them they're already in their business, but just encouraging them, like bro, like hey, keep at it, like just
that's what people need too, though, like, and also like your experience. So you're doing like your own thing, but then when you talk to him, you get inspired. Like he might not even tell you what to do, but just having a conversation or hearing his problems or his successes, you leave that conversation or just being in the room with other people, then you think about your own business or what could you do to improve, or I should do this too, or then something kicks. Like
that's exactly how I do it, because he gave me like the green light to go talk to the city. He introduced me how to do all that, because before that I wouldn't know shit. I didn't even know that was a thing. You can call the city and be like, hey, I got this, can we do something? So he introduced me to that, and I started having meetings with him and stuff, and then seeing him work out in front of his shop, it put a light bulb over my head. Like, okay, I can find a shop, I can work outside of it while I'm still rebuilding the inside of it. So I know that's an option just based off of seeing him do that, and having people like that in your corner. I suggest every small business person to do that. Find somebody that's doing bigger things than you, build a relationship with them, and then just go run with that.
Yeah, and I'll like anybody watching this, like I open the door, like I encourage you, hit me up, hit him up, like for real, like I'm really about it, and you can like test me, like if you have questions, like ask me, like like obviously structured questions. I can't give you like an hour of my time all the time, but hit me up on. Oh, I don't even have social media, to be honest. Come in the shop, you know what I mean? Come in the shop, leave your number and say, hey, like I like wanted to.
Why don't you have social media?
It's like a waste of time, bro, honestly. And then like, not a waste of time. I don't know.
But you got to use it for marketing purposes.
Oh, we have Everbloom. We have the Everbloom Instagram, and I'll be on there. Yeah, but like on a personal level, like I think like personally, like I still lack a lot of discipline in like being able to time myself on Instagram, because I'll wake up, bro, and I'll be like on Instagram like for an hour on my day off and be like, bro, what am I doing? Like I could be that hour now. My time is way more valuable than it was before. I can't afford to just like squander 2-3 hours like on Instagram just mindlessly scrolling. Like I need to be more productive with my time. So personally, I don't have it for that reason. But
sorry to cut you off. I had a conversation with somebody like that. It also depends on what you have on your feed too. Like, cause on my feed, cause like YouTube, for example, you said you spend a lot of time on YouTube. I set up my Instagram to like what I follow, and you can like the shit off you like and you bookmark and stuff, that'll pop up like the most. So I have like a lot of entrepreneurial stuff and like successful shit like just popping up on my timeline all the time. So when I am scrolling, it's just all videos of that. So you can maneuver your stuff to look like that. Because before that, it used to be a bunch of like
memes.
Yeah, memes,
Naked
random
chicks.
people. Yeah. And then you're just like, that's when it gets tiring. But if you see all the like the little podcast clips of just people like big successful people talking, like that stuff that's why I really hop on. It's to see stuff like that, because I'll see something, it'll spark me. I'll be like, damn, I gotta go get it right now.
For me, like I use social media to just post like that marketing is the content, and like you just have to not fall into those like mindless 2 hours go by. The TikTok's the one that's like I don't have a problem like that on Instagram or any other one. But on TikTok, that shit gets you, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Instagram has like the reels too.
The reels are starting.
Yeah, Instagram has reels. So like I'll be on there. I remember, bro, like it's been a cool minute since I've been on Instagram, but like you be on it, you be like, literally, bro, it's just like it's so like instant, like boom, next one, boom, next
and
one,
they're all high engaging content. But like recently, because maybe since the month before Coachella and then right now, I've been really consistent in posting a lot of content. So I usually just go, see who's on the DMs, who's replied to story, whatever, try to conversations with people, post, and then I go into the other one and post, because so one piece of content that you make, you could post in, like I was saying, like 5 different social medias. And especially if you have a business, like you got to be doing that shit almost daily, bro. Like that alone, if you dedicate 30 days, bro, like I know you're into analytics, start posting 1 reel a day for 30 days. And I want you to compare your numbers of how many people walk into the store, bro. Like you're gonna be blown away, bro.
Yeah. Guarantee you.
Organic reach is crazy.
No,
bro.
I think that's like our next step. Like obviously running a business is like one thing, but like there's so many factors of like our business. Like I think we got really comfortable with like a certain level of like hey, like if we hit this number every day, cool. Like let's not do anything more to grow that. Like let's not do anything to grow like the number of people walking in, but we gotta grow like our employees, like how do we have like a proper like employee handbook? Like what is company culture? What is our morals? How are we expressing that as owners? How are we leading? Are we leading by example? How
do you set like a culture? How do you talk to our employees? Like, do you tell them expectations daily, or like what's?
Yeah, I think like in the beginning it was like very obviously like unstructured. I think the way me and Matt carry ourselves, it's already kind of like setting a tone for like how we expect everybody else to be. Like somebody walks in, hey guys, like great service, right? But company culture is more for like internal use. Like how do we talk to one another? How do we treat one another? How do we work as a team? Like, like is there a high level of emotional intelligence between like our staff? Yeah, I think overall now we're structuring company culture and what that looks like, at least for us, because that's very important. The same way we like, I was talking to I think Marcel about this. The same way we like try to market ourselves to like customers so they can come in and buy coffee. we have to be very attractive to the workforce as well. So the same way we appeal to our customers, we got to appeal to the workforce. And that's through our employees having a healthy company culture and them being happy at work. Because when they're happy at work, this 18, 16, 17-year-old girl is going to see that and be like, oh my God, I love coffee. I would love to work here. It looks like fun. That like bleeds over the counter to them. And, so it's like a domino effect. But it first starts with us, as owners. So like people think like, oh, I'm opening up a business. I'm going to get employees. They're going to run it. I'm be good. Like, bro, like, it's not that easy.
Ain't no way, bro.
Like, it is if you want to be mom and pop. Like, if you just want to, like, maintain or be owner-operated. There's some businesses out there that are super big, but you see the owners there every single day at the register because it don't function without them. They can't scale their business, You scale your business through structures, systems, procedures, and, yeah, like, ensuring that all those things are being well organized and carried through us as owners and then to our managers and then managers to baristas, But yeah, company culture is very important.
That's how it starts right there. Like if you look at every In-N-Out and every like Dutch Bros and Starbucks, it's the same across. Not Starbucks, but what's the other one? Chick-fil-A. It's the same thing at every single one. They all work the same, and it's all positive vibes in there. Like everyone wants to work at In-N-Out. It's tough to get in there, but everyone wants to work there just because they're doing exactly what he's doing right now. They're really trying to figure out what system, what structure can we do to just really benefit our company so they can walk away and they can have somebody else do it and they can go open up another store somewhere else or something like that, Like that's huge right there.
And I'm glad he even said that, like opening up more stores. Like people think too, like every opportunity is a great opportunity. Like, just to be real, like Coachella, like the people that run it, like they were like, hey, we want you to like do coffee this year. And bro, like I was like, oh my gosh, like that's a huge opportunity.
At the festival?
Yeah, at the festival, like in the artist section. I'm like, bro, like this is a huge opportunity. And I had to say no. I had to say, hey, bro, you know what? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to be able to execute at the level that I would want to. So I would rather say no and hopefully have that door open for another opportunity when I'm more equipped. Rather than saying, yeah, let's do it. My staff's stressed out. I'm stressed out. We dropped the ball. There's a bad experience. And then we never get invited again.
Yeah. How did they take that response?
Honestly, they respect it because I think there's a level of like
honesty,
yeah. Like, and we're super transparent. I told him, I said, hey, look, bro, like, you told me like, with he kind of told me like with a little bit of time, like a couple months, like 2-3 months, but I was like, I'm gonna have to hire and I'm gonna have to do this and move these things around. And I was like, honestly, like it's a lot for us right now. And I'd rather do it hopefully next year. And he's like, yeah, bro, like, let's, I went and walked the grounds with, like the directors, honestly, literally of like a lot of the
organizers,
the organizers of the festival, and like we're literally like on a little go-kart, bro, and like I'm seeing Coachella like without anybody, but it's all decked out, like it's already ready to go. This is like 2 weeks before like the festival. And, they're like, yeah, like this is what this looks like. This is where we put this is where we have that. And I'm like there, bro, like I'm like just amazed by like the opportunity to be there, to be considered. So hopefully next year we'll be there.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say every opportunity is not always a good opportunity. You need to make sure that you're able to execute and like have those standards. One, you have to have standards. Like otherwise, like you're gonna take every opportunity to be like, yeah, I could do it. But if you don't have a standard to like be like, oh, can I do it like this standard? If not, then I probably shouldn't take that opportunity. I probably shouldn't go open up a second Everbloom or a second Papa Headz. Like I need to get this in order so that way I can then scale my business, So that's just where we're at. Like people always ask us like, oh, you should, go here. And I'm like, we're taking our time, to be honest, like.
Yeah, when everything falls into place, you can't force certain things.
Yeah, because all those things matter. Company culture, branding, the way you position yourself in the market, employees, like all those things, bro. It's just multifaceted. So many things. Like, yeah, when you go from like being owner operated, which is what we were, the owners were running the business, and then you're replacing yourself with people. Like, how do you ensure that they're doing it the way you would do it? You know, how do you keep morale high? Is that important to you? Do you care about that? You know,
how do you do that?
Keep morale high.
Yeah, like how do you and Matt do that?
I think we check in pretty regularly with our employees, and you know, we ask
them how they're doing and stuff.
How they're doing, like how's your personal life, like not like tell me what's going on, but like, is there anything that I can do here at work to make your life easier? Like, if you tell me like you can only work so many hours, I'm gonna honor that. You know, if you just tell me what you want, and if I decided to bring you on, I'm gonna honor that. You know, I'm gonna be flexible. We're gonna be understanding. We're gonna be, like it's just those all play into like how our company culture is. Like, we're understanding high level emotional intelligence. You know, giving them the opportunity to be themselves within the confines of like how we want to run the business. You know, and I think that keeps morale high. It keeps them happy. You know, because ultimately I was there not too long ago. I was a barista working at a coffee shop. You know, so I'm not that far removed from where they're at. You know, so I always try to remember, like, you know, I don't want to be overbearing. I don't want to be a micromanager. But those things tend to happen when you don't have systems, when you don't have clear expectations. You know, so I can't be upset with them. Hey, why are you doing that? If I've never set the ground rules and like made it very clear of what my expectations are, you know, because that's how you feel micromanaged. Like, I didn't know, like, you know, I didn't know you wanted me to do that. But if I have a system, if I have like procedures and, you know, something for you to follow, it's going to be very easy for you to like understand what it is that I need from you, you know, which makes our relationship a lot more free flowing.
That's a very big key for pop-up businesses that want to jump into like a brick and mortar or storefront. Like, that's a huge key right there.
Yeah.
It's the system and your employees. Unless, like how he said, unless you want to stay owner operated forever, like that's a major key right there that people should like bookmark that.
Yeah, for sure. No, because if you go to a spot and you see the owner working there, like they're probably, if they're just starting out, it's very normal. But if it's been like years, bro, and the owners are there like all the time.
Well, that's what it is with a lot of those like local meat markets and shit. Like the owners there for like every day, bro. Like, and some people like that. They don't, or maybe that's like their own thing. You know, like some people don't have the ambition to just branch out. They just
not only that, a lot of them don't want to pay. They don't want to. They don't want to have that extra.
You think it's like a trust issue too? Like, you don't want somebody else running the register, like there.
But that's why you have cash handling procedures, you know, to like mitigate the like you losing money essentially. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say my only trust issue that I would have is that their customer service was A1 every time. Like, even if it's one time where they're just like, okay customer service, like that would break me up, because I want every single customer that walks in there to have a positive experience, whether it's hot as hell, they messed up their order, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. How
do you deal with negative experience? Like, if they bring some negative, how do you deal with that?
Like the employee to the customer?
No, the customer had a bad experience and maybe they let you know, or you hear about, you know, like, how do you deal with that? How do you get in the good side again, or do you guys ever reach out, or like?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, we've had customers be like, hey, like, we rarely get customers that are like upset. We get customers that may be disgruntled, like, but I remember having a customer that was pretty upset, honestly, and I just remember one saying, I hear you, I hear your concern, I validate their feelings, you know, I don't dismiss it. Two, you know, I figure out, okay, I need to offer a solution. And that solution isn't something I'm forcing on them. Does this sound okay? Like, for example, somebody comes, this butterscotch tastes gross. You know, I got to go to work. I'm already late. I spent this much, you know. Ma'am, I'm super sorry that you're late. You know, I empathize. Can I remake it for you? Or would you like to come back? I'll have a gift card of like $15, $20. You can come, and I sincerely apologize. Like, how can I make it right? Obviously, throw a solution and then throw the ball in their court. If that doesn't work, like, or what else may I do, you know, to like make this right? Like, I want to make it right, you know, for you. But yeah, for the most part, we don't really have a lot of like, I had that like once, like, or not like once, like 3-4 times, but
it's just rarely.
But it's very rare. But I think that's a good way to handle it. I mean,
I handle it very similarly. like almost exactly like that. We had, sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm done. No, that's not
yeah. We had just one, and since we've been in that new spot, since we've been like open to the public, like face to face, we've only had one, and it was she wrote a review on our website, and she DM'd us. But I hit her with the same thing. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. We misread the order. Come back. We'll honor you two free fries at no charge whenever you'd like. And then she hit us with the "I'm never going back again," blah blah blah, terrible, whatever. And then a couple months later, but we still maintain like that positive customer service. So
yeah, you're not fighting. You never fight with
door's
customers.
open. So.
Yeah, so we still continued to grow. And then a couple, like 2 months later, she commented on one of our pictures and she said, "Oh, I guess I can try this again."
That's fire.
Yeah, so it's like holding
awesome.
things like that. Like whenever people do have a bad experience, even if they had like a slight inconvenience with us, like if it's like 3 or 5 minutes that they've been waiting extra on top of the time we gave them, I'll be like, "Oh, here's a lemonade for you for your
for waiting."
Yeah, for your waiting. Thank you for your patience. Or if it's something like we messed up the order, "Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a free fry coupon. Bring it back whenever you'd like." And we just hand those out, and it's stuff like that, like maintain it. Like, oh, these guys they're really nice people. Like, we're gonna go back just because they're real transparent with us. They're just starting. They're out here. They're trying to do it. You know, like being like how me and my partner that we do that. Like, we want all of our employees to do that with every customer that comes through, just to keep them coming back. On top of that's how we genuinely are in real life too. You know, is we're not just like that to front for the business. You know, like we're genuinely nice people.
Yeah,
just
you
like
have to be like that. You have to get on people's good side because everyone's a customer somehow. No matter 100%. Where it is, food, service, business, and you hate when they treat you bad. You hate when you maybe are upset. I'm the type of person that doesn't complain. If I get the wrong food at a restaurant, I wouldn't even complain.
Yeah,
I'm like, they probably messed up. They got a lot going on. Like
That's dope.
I don't do nothing, bro. I'm like the nicest guy.
I love that.
They gave me the wrong drink or whatever. Still good.
I'm allergic, but it's okay.
I don't know. Like I always try to like empathize on like the other person.
But probably because you own the business, though.
Yeah, maybe.
You know,
I always try to. I don't know. There's no need for fighting or like arguing. Like that's done. Like offer a solution so that problems happen like every day. That's like my job is literally a problem in the morning, problem at freaking 9 a.m., 10 a.m. I'm like 50 to like 100 phone calls a day, bro. Just emails. It's crazy, bro. Like sometimes it's overwhelming, but I also understand, like you're just trying to solve problems. So like something comes up, okay, this problem happened, this material, we're missing this material, then instead of like, oh, goddamn, this is delayed now.
Yeah.
Superintendent's trying to get to you. So like,
you gotta be positive.
I always just think like with the solution, like there's not even, of course it's stressful and everything, but it's like, just what's the next option? This shit broke, let's order a new one. It's going to cost this. We got to order from this, when does it arrive? You got to order this material, comes on Tuesday. You got to let the homeowner know. It comes on Tuesday. Maybe it won't get done till Wednesday. Then you do it on Wednesday, like whatever. There's always little issues, but you just have to offer solutions,
Well, even on top of that, there's really nothing beneficial to reacting negatively to that. Even when you get a bad plate sometimes, like what are you benefiting off of like going and complaining, write a negative review about it? Like what are you really benefiting from that instead of like just say, hey, I didn't like you messed up. And then just having a conversation, instead of going above and beyond to try to slander that business. There's really nothing you can get out of that.
No, the best thing any customer could do, like, we need feedback. So like I beg people, like if I even see them hesitate, like they might not like it. Like, are you sure? It's okay. You sure you don't want me to remake it? Because at the end of the day, like people do, like I don't want to. But honestly, like that's the only way you're gonna hold me accountable, him accountable, any business accountable. Obviously politely, like, hey, you know what? Like, I got this. It wasn't, like, for the most part, any business should be more than happy. One, that you brought it to their attention. And two, you gave them the opportunity to fix it for you. Because I know with us, like, if we make a mistake, I want to fix it for you. Like, I want to make sure you leave happy. You leave with the expectation either you came with or were able to exceed it, Yeah.
That's huge. A lot of people need to really focus on that. A lot of small businesses that are starting really just need to focus more on the customer than anything. Well, obviously the product is huge, right? What you offer, but focusing on the customer, because if there's no customer, you
specifically pop-ups.
Yeah,
like specifically pop-ups, because like I was kind of like how I told you I grade a business. Like a business is successful if they do 2 of 3 things. You know, they have a really good product, great service, or great atmosphere. So sometimes you'll go to a spot because like maybe the service ain't that good, but the drinks and the vibes is fire. You know what I mean? Or the service is great, the vibes is fire, but the food's it's okay. But you need to have 2, at least 2, to be successful. And if you're a pop-up, you don't really got an environment, you know, like you're in a 10 by 10. So that was one thing, like I know when we started, we're like, okay, we can't control that we're in a parking lot or that the vibes. You know, we tried with music, we put little plants out, you know, we tried, you know, but ultimately it was service and product, and we pushed those heavy.
That's
heavy,
exactly
heavy,
what
heavy.
we do.
Like,
Heavy.
Because you see somebody like, bro, I would try to remember everybody's name, you know, not because just for no other reason than to like build relationships with my customers, you know, because like once you win them over, like, you know, they're down for you for forever, you know, and they tell their friends and their friends' friends. So
it's a real great feeling too whenever you see like a regular come in. You're just like, oh, what's up? Like, how you doing?
Yeah.
I saw you last week. Thank you for coming back, bro. I appreciate you heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're helping my kids eat, you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, that's a huge thing right there.
And it's like they tell their 5 friends, and other 5 friends are coming back. There was for
Word
the
of
Taco
mouth is
760, Amir, the lawyer that I have the other podcast with, he was saying that he told his friends this one friend came over. He was here for 4 days in the Valley, and all 4 days he had Taco 760 because he liked it that much.
That's hard.
He was visiting from Washington or something. He literally went, or Texas, and he literally went every single day that he was here just because he loved it that much.
That's hard.
That's
and then
dope.
his other friend also, like, they didn't know what the spot was called, but he's like, oh yeah, that one. And then they just,
You know he went back
know
to
about
Texas too and said, dude, I had this
whenever
taco
you go
spot.
to India or
He's like,
whatever.
bro, I had this birria. It was so
Birria?
fire.
With the
He's like, bro, this
consumption.
berry was fire.
The berry.
Yeah, this berry
I
was
get
fire.
customers where like I do a project and then out of nowhere be like, oh, this so and so recommended you. They say you're nice, and boom, and then you do that one, and then like somebody else like, oh, so and so recommended you, and like
That's huge.
It's the
It
best
puts like
feeling.
something in your like
It's a cool
chest.
feeling.
You're like,
It's a very
that's
cool feeling.
You're
Well,
doing something right.
It's like validation, you know, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, like you liked me so much that the people that you like, love, and care about, you're recommending them to us. You know, we see that all the time. Like I'll have like 2 customers that come independently, and then once in a while, like I'll see them coming together. I'm like, yo, you guys know each other? Like, oh, it's my brother. Like, oh, it's my cousin. Like I told them to come here, and I'm like, wow.
It's always the same thing. Same reply from me. Hell yeah, thank you. Like to me, that's like the most genuine way I can just be like, thank you. Like that's it. Just thank you for coming. You know, any person that comes, thank you. Have a blessed day. I learned that from him. Have a blessed day.
Oh, you tell people that?
Yeah.
I was on that heavy because I'm like, yo, like what's my Chick-fil-A what do they say?
Closed on Sundays.
No, that's my chick. No, the workers say something. They say it all the time. My pleasure.
My pleasure.
My pleasure. Well, at least on TikTok, I see that. Like, my pleasure, or like I'll go and they say my pleasure. And I'm like, yo, like, what's my equivalent? Like, what can I say that, you know, like, have a blessed day? Like, blessed can mean anything. You know, it doesn't have like.
Don't have nothing to do with religion.
Don't have nothing to do with religion or whatever. Like, if that's your vibe, like, that's cool too. If not, like, you know, just blessings for, you know, whatever, like your day, you know? And
people look at that too. They're like, damn, thank you.
Because it's different. It's just like, and that's all too, being unique, you know? Like, who's going to tell you that, you know? Like, nobody. Like,
yeah,
you know?
there's those customers where, like, you just go in there and the cashier or whatever just jumps out, you know, just like, oh, what's up? How's it going? Like, you feel that energy.
That's
Even
the
if you
kind of
don't
cashier you
have the
want.
energy yourself or whatever, you just want to order your thing. It's cool to see that.
Yeah.
It's way better.
Yeah.
Every person that comes through, you got to have that energy with them. Because it could be that one person that you're just like, hey, how you doing, bro? What can I get you? That one person right there that you kind of shoot away could have been an opportunity right there, you know?
Could have been an everyday customer.
Yeah.
And you just blew it.
And they had good fries, but the service was like whatever. Yeah. With me personally, I try not to do that.
Yeah.
I don't try to micromanage either, but I got to put trust in there, you know?
How many people do you have right now? In your business?
So it's just me and my girl. We're partnered up on the paperwork side of it, and then we got 3 part-time employees. So we got one, my little brother. He's putting in work too. He surprised me. Like when he first started working with me, I'd have to, hey bro, can you do that? Do that real quick. Do this. now he just does it all, like without me even telling him. Like one day I just walked away and to go talk to our friend Justin. Shout out to Justin at the Yum Food Fest.
Love Justin.
Yeah, he's a genuine dude.
Super good
Super
dude.
cool. He pulled up on me. I went to go talk to him, and I left my little brother in there because it was kind of slow, but then it picked up. But me and Justin, we were in a conversation. We were talking about the food fest, actually, and I was just like looking over, and my brother was doing it all. And he's only 14 years old. He's going to be, or 15. He just turned 15.
That's dope.
Yeah, so he's like doing all kinds of things, and he was, thank you so much. Have a great day. And I was like, damn. And that was the first time he did that. And I was watching him make the orders, take the orders, doing everything. And I told him, I was like, dude, you know, like.
It's a proud moment.
Not only that, I was like, you know, you got to do that every day now, right? You set your bar high. Yeah. You got to do that every day. And then another one was my cousin. She's a hard worker too. She busts her ass. And then my neighbor, actually, my next door neighbor, he was like, hey, dude, you have a job? He's like, I'll quit my job right now if I can come work with you.
That's hard.
And I was like, yeah, dude, come over. I'll have something for you. And then, so, yeah, it's just those three right now. They're all in high school, but they all have, like, they're all level-headed. You know, when they come, they understand, like, we're still learning too. Yeah. And I just try to tell them, like, dude, stick around. I'm going to take care of you one day. You know what I'm saying? Because he reiterated this with me when he was doing his business too. Like, the people, like, not too many people can be, like, say, with the McDonald's. Nobody's going to know the owner. You know what I'm saying? When you're working with them. Yeah. The employees you have now, they're able to watch. If they're willing to do it, they're able to watch every mistake, every little glitch in the system and how to improve it just by working with
the
them.
owner.
Yeah. And I try to do that with my employees too. Like I told my little brother, I was like, dude, whatever you want to do, I'll support it. But if you want to work with me, like after high school, like just know you're set for life. Just because we are a family. And two, I see you working your ass off. Just pay attention. Yeah. Watch my mistakes. Watch how I fix them. And then and he's watching. He's learning. He's hungry. It's great. Yeah. Shout out to JoJo. I love you, dude. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Shout out my little brother too, Dante. I love my little brother. He works for me too. He's one of my managers.
Shout out to him. He did pull up on me one time, or like 2 times with this girl.
Yeah, no, my brother, he supports local. My whole family, we're like,
which is your brother?
He's the only other dude besides me.
Nothing like EJ.
Nothing like me.
I've probably seen him then.
He's the only guy that works there. He's the only male, aside from me and Matt. Not by design, but just by, like, that's just the way things worked out. But, he works for me too. Same thing. Like, my brother put in work. And, you know, what he said was important for 2 reasons. One, obviously on a personal level, like, you know, I got the experience that I have to run Everbloom with what I know because I worked for a local guy who made mad mistakes, who did things horribly, but then did some things really, really well. So I was like, all right, like, you know, I'm writing, like, and mentally, like, mental notes, like, okay, don't do that, do this. Because I already knew that I wanted to open up my own coffee shop. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to school. Like, if I want to open up a shop, how am I going to learn how to open up a shop? Work for a guy who opened up a coffee shop. So I'm like working for him and I'm asking him questions all the time. Hey, why'd you do this? Hey, why don't we do that? Hey, like, what made you think of this? And I'm like getting so much game. And I use a lot of that today, you know? And the other part is just like, like I tell, you know, some of the people that work with us, that's another thing too, like the language. Like, I don't really like to say work for us. I like to say work with us. Yeah. You know, that's also
part of the team.
Because they are working with you.
Exactly. They're working with us, you know? But like this is the only time that these team members are gonna be with me. Like, I'll never be on bar again. Like, you know, I'm gonna have like 3, 4, 5 locations, and like the people that are working right now with me while we're still like growing, like they're gonna learn and be able to benefit so much if that's something that they're interested in seeing, you know, or interested in like just picking up, because we'll never work like, I'm not gonna work hand in hand developing systems currently for the next 5, 6 years. Like, the baristas that are here right now, like, they're seeing the ground level. Like, it's like it's like Facebook before Facebook, you know what I mean? Like, for real, like, and like Amazon before Amazon. Like, that's how I feel like my business is gonna be, huge like that. And right now we're setting like the foundation of our business. So that's super. It's special. It's special for me, like, you know, to give that opportunity to like the people that work with us, because ultimately, like, I was able to benefit from that, and I hope they do, as well. Because a lot of the things that we do, it's not, they can take what they're learning from us, not just in coffee. Like they could go open up whatever kind of business, because ultimately it's mindset.
All similar. It's all similar.
Yeah, and it's a mindset.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like starting a business, like it takes a certain level of like grit, determination, perseverance, all of that, bro, to like really do something. So to see somebody go through what we've gone through, and them to hear about it, and they can be hopefully inspired or pushed in a direction to do the same for themselves, and we encourage that too. Like when you work with us, like whatever you want for yourself, like if this is a stepping stone for you to finish school and go somewhere else, we want to make your time with us the best that it is, but if you want to be with us long term, we can do that too. We can make space for you. We can make whatever it is that ultimately they want. I want to be able to fulfill it, because we need needs, and a lot of times when those match up, like, yeah, it's awesome.
Once that system is set and once that employee handbook is finalized, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's going to know my expectations at that point, and that'll probably take me another 3 to 5 years to get to that point before I start opening up locations as much as I can. But that's what I tell my little brother and my other 2 employees, like, just watch. Just peep game. Watch the grind, watch the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, yeah, you can call me, but it's going to be a little harder because I'm be doing other things, Once I get Papa Headz on autopilot, I'm be branching off into other dreams that I had as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, just
that's super dope.
Yeah.
You guys are super inspiring, bro. Like you guys are like motivating me. I want to have meetings with you guys like more often. I mean, even if it's not a podcast setting,
I'm down, bro.
Just to talk, bro. Because like I don't really talk to that many other business owners. Yeah. Just like
like I said, like me and AJ,
like you guys is just. Because I've been struggling with my business recently because I've been doing too much, and Coachella fucking sent me back, bro. I've been trying to catch up because, like, one, I got sick twice.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I was sick. So, like, fuck, even just, I had, like,
well, what is your goal with your business? What is your goal? What is your vision for, like, your tile company? You're talking about for the tile company?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your vision for that? Like, where do you see it within the next 3 to 5 years?
So the tile business, like, I just want to, because it's like a family business. So my sister's also involved, and we have another guy who's, like, helps us manage everything. So it's like, that's been driving our family since 2011. So the business is running since 2011. We do a lot of commercial work. We do a lot of big projects. I don't really talk about it because not that I want to separate myself from the business, but I don't know.
So it's similar to like what we're saying.
Yeah.
You got to set that foundation. You got to set that system up to whatever it is, and you got to have someone you trust, obviously, to take it over whenever you do want to step away. But you got to have like some sort of like handbook, some way that you want your company ran. But it's tough, like when you have your hand in everything. You know what I'm saying? Because there's that one saying, "Jack of all trades, master of none." But I don't know how the whole thing goes. Yeah. But if you really just lock down and tap in onto one thing for, let's say, like 2 years, that thing will skyrocket like crazy. If you're solely focused on that one thing, it's gonna go crazy because you're manifesting. You're putting all your energy into that.
Whatever, a single focus.
Yeah, whatever that is that you want, manifest it. Focus your energy on that, and it'll blossom. It'll go. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like when you say like your business was struggling, do you feel like it was struggling like in what way?
It's been a lot of problems because of the micromanaging. Like I can't be everywhere at once, and so I was sick for like a week. So I never tested myself for COVID, but I didn't want to expose anybody, and I had like a fever and everything. So I wasn't going to job sites. And the Coachella, then I got better. And like 2 days later, I got sick again. I got like a nasal infection, and like I was out for another week.
That was just recently?
Yeah, just recently. Like it just happened. So right now, this is the first week that I'm finally back, like actually going to.
It was like during the Coachella, right?
Yeah,
same. It was going around.
And everybody I know got sick. So
yeah, I got sick.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that shit kind of sent me back, and also like going to Coachella. So I'm at the festival and stuff, and then like Monday I work, and you still kind of like
you just gotta bounce back, bro.
Yeah, it took me like
it's hard though.
Like 2 weeks of I'm finally getting back to it, and then it's more of that. Like I do too much, and I don't have a system where like. I don't know how to say it.
I feel you. Like right now it's owner operated. You're very much like everything that you're doing, like you're juggling all these things in your business.
Yeah.
And it's a lot for you to do that. And I'm sure it's probably a lot for you to do this as well, you know?
And then on top of that, I'm running the podcast and the YouTube channel.
How is this? Podcast. Like, is this like therapeutic for you? Or is it more like stress?
This?
Yeah.
Nah, this
You
is
love this.
Cool.
bro.
Yeah, I can
do
tell,
this
bro.
shit
Your energy's
all day,
up, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, like every fucking like I'm just thinking about like not just like podcasting, just being creative. So if I'm shooting a music video, even like if I go shoot, because I do video production too, usually in the nights or the weekends. I'm always fucking busy.
You're
bro.
busy, bro. Damn, you got.
So I do video productions. I do.
What days do you have off?
I don't have days
None.
off.
That's dope.
And then because it's
dope.
50 calls, 50 to 100 calls every day. Weekends it slows down, but on the weekends I'm doing the video stuff.
50 to 100 calls for the tile company.
Tile company.
See, you got to line someone up to answer those calls and write them down.
Estimates,
Yeah.
problems, talking
Train
to the
someone,
employees.
bro.
Oh, I need these metals for this job. Okay, cool. Let me set it up. So I have to call somebody else to order that. Boom. I need some things to deliver at this job site. Okay, cool. Hey, the job's ready for Wednesday. We need 2 guys going to. Okay, cool. So I'm just like doing. My sister helps out a lot because she does all the paperwork stuff. So like the invoicing.
Yeah, but you need like
boom.
a project coordinator.
Yeah,
So
bro.
what I did
I'm
was
fucking jammed, bro. Like crazy.
what I did. Like whenever I had a problem, like for example, my loading and unloading of the trailer, it gets pretty like annoying sometimes because I mean, yeah, the money's great, but dude, it's like a lot of work. Unloading everything, loading it back in. A couple hours later, it's whatever has to get done, right? But what I was doing, I was thinking of like, okay, how can I make this less problematic and more beneficial to myself for my own well-being? Because if I'm unloading by myself and I'm like, damn, bro, I'm already starting the work day off bad. Do you know what I'm saying? But what I did, I low-key manifested like, I have a homeless man that comes. Shout out to him too. His name is Ryan.
Shout out Ryan.
Yeah, he's cool, bro. They call him Lep. You might have seen him at the Del Taco right there on 111 by the courthouse. He break dances all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so if you see him there like at late hours, he don't do drugs either. He's just out there on the street just based off a couple of decisions. But no, he like I said, act of God. He came over. He's like, and I fed him a couple of times, and I was like, hey, bro, and because obviously with every person on the streets, you can't just automatically trust them. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So I had a couple conversations. He was real transparent of how he got there, why he got there, the things he did, and I was like, hey, dude, you need a job? I'll pay you $20 to come help me break down at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that was one thing right there that just helped me figure that problem out. Now, after I figured that problem out, it gave me the opportunity to go tap into another problem that I had. And so just think about your problems that you have, then just think about one problem. Like you're taking the 50 calls a day, dude, that's a lot of calls. That's a lot of time. That's probably about like 2 hours out of the day. You know what I'm saying? If you could train someone to take those calls, do the estimates, and then just tell you, hey, this is what we got, that'll be a whole like thing off your chest. And then after you figure that out, tap into the next problem that you have. And then slowly but surely, you're gonna have a system unfolding before your eyes.
Yeah, just like a structure. Like, I mean, I'm sure like you know, this is probably not the first time we've like someone told you that like project manager probably super helpful.
It's been a couple times.
But it's also an investment because how much does a project manager make? You know what I mean? So like the willingness to be able to cut back maybe from like what you're eating from the business, but it's an investment in that asset because that individual is an asset because they're freeing you up to do more jobs. Yeah. You know, and then you get a second project manager and then a third, and now like biggest, you know, tile dude on the West Coast. But that's how you scale it because like owner operated it's
going
difficult.
Down to zero.
Yeah.
I was telling Brian that I tell him that quite frequently. I go down to zero quite frequently just because like with my employees. Like
down to zero.
Like
energy. Damn, that's a cool minute of talking.
It flew.
Damn, bro. I'm
down to do more of this though. Like
hell yeah, bro. All the time, bro. Like that's just it's because these conversations, I'm pretty sure you guys have them all the time.
Yeah, we have them for
exactly,
sure.
bro.
And that's
why they go on this long too, bro.
They go on this
and this is like
we're probably gonna talk for another 2 hours.
You could always go back and listen to yourself.
Yeah.
You're documenting, and then you could encourage people like this might help somebody else start their own like business.
I hope so.
And that's dope. Like that's
100%.
I hope so. Yeah,
more particularly with the pop-ups, you know.
Yeah,
we come from the pop-up. I'm still in the pop-up environment. Yeah. I'm still trying to break through to a storefront or even a food truck. I would love to do both at the same time, so I could send the food truck off to events, and I'm still holding it down at the storefront. But yeah, I hope this really encourages small businesses to just be like, fuck it, I can do it, and you still profit some. Like that's what that means by. Let's spend a little extra bread, you know what I'm saying? Because that's timeless. That'll make up for itself in the long run.
Yeah, because what you're doing, you're making your time worth more by doing that. Like you're
handling bigger problems. Exactly. Well, the little I have a lot of mundane stuff that I do. Right now, I took over about a year and a half. So this is my brother's business. And it was him and my dad. And then my dad retired a few years ago. I've been working in this business since I was like, I guess when I was a kid, I would go on the weekends or the summers. You know, Mexicans fucking, they make you work and shit. So I used to help him and shit. And then in 2011, he got his license and I was 18. So I graduated from high school. So I was going to college. Whenever then I have either football practice or school, I would go work, drive out of town, deliver materials, just little stuff.
You're at a beautiful spot right now because you have all that knowledge mentally for the tile business, right?
I've been doing it for a long time.
Exactly. So you have that same knowledge that you acquired, you can give to somebody else to run it for you. You know what I'm saying?
At least one step at a time.
Yeah,
one task at a time.
But you said your brother stepped away.
Yeah, so my brother,
is he still getting paid off of it?
he's it's because it's still everything's under his name. So he takes some money sometimes, but
It's cool. Like that's something you could do, taking money for
So-
doing nothing.
it's because it's like a whole different thing. So my brother in 2021, he saw that there was the elections for a local town in Mexico, and he became the mayor of our local town. He won.
Allah.
With no planning, bro. He signed up so late that all the major parties were taken.
Yeah.
So he had to sign up with like some obscure party. And the town is only like 5,000 people.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard technically. Like
So he's
5,000
overseeing
people, it's like a
5,000.
high school, like two, So he was well known. He's always been going back to the town. So he came here. He left when he was 17. So he knew all his friends, and we have a lot of family over there. So he just decided to run. And my dad actually, he ran for politics in the 90s. And he lost, and he spent a bunch of money, and that's why we ended up moving to the U.S. So I was born in Mexico too.
Hell yeah.
I came here, Michoacan. I was here I got here when I was 9.
That's hard.
Yeah, I came here Van Buren, then went to Jefferson, Indio, and shit. So, like my brother, since my dad ran, he always wanted to do it, and he ended up running like last second, and then he fucking won, bro. Like he ended up winning. Now he's a mayor, so he's been gone for a year, and then I just started taking over. But when he was here, I would handle a lot of projects. So we've been the way. I don't know. There's other ways you run companies, but the way we been able to stay successful is we subcontract for the bigger companies. So they get these huge projects that we can't afford because it's like you gotta have like $1 million like sitting and for like 6 months for buying all the materials and shit. So we subcontract, and they just give us so much work because there's not enough workers, but there's no construction workers. Like how there's labor shortage for like restaurants. Construction's even worse, bro. Like there's no painters, there's no electricians. Like kids don't get into construction anymore. It's super like crazy. Like I think the average construction worker is like 40 years old or something. Like
kids can get paid just off of this now.
Yeah,
like,
it's because of that. Or people become independent. Like I'm not gonna be a construction. I could be a handyman and do my own gigs, kind of thing. Or like you guys are business owners, like you just social media. You learn how to do it through doing research on Google and YouTube and learning from others. And I guess the internet kind of exposed that you could do your own thing, which is cool. Like I always encourage people to do their own thing. So, I just been running this for like a year, and I used to do for years we didn't do any home remodels. And I always told my brother, like, why don't we do home remodels? We only did commercial, new homes, the country clubs when they remodel. We do a lot of their tile, casinos, all that shit. But we never did homes like one-on-one with customers. And he's like, oh, it's because it takes a lot of time. So I was like, it's literally a market we haven't tapped into. So I started running that 2018, 2019. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So we hadn't signed up to it. We didn't have a website, nothing, but we've just been running the business. So I created like social media. I signed up to Home Advisor, like Angie's Leads type thing to just get leads. Yeah. And I was doing nothing but, so I would help out with the commercial stuff, but he was handling more of the commercial stuff. And then I would start doing the residential. So talking to customers, it was super cool. And like, I love that because it's like new. It's a little annoying because a lot of them don't know about the process.
Yeah. So expectations are high and like.
Yeah, they don't know how it works. And you kind of explain it to them. And I got good at sales. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I just go in there and I answer questions that they haven't even thought of. And like, I always try to give a good experience. And it's like, there's sometimes things go wrong, but I always tell them let's do this to fix it. Like, just solve the problem, whatever you can. But then since he left, now I got left in charge of the commercial, and then I have all the other stuff. So it just got overwhelming. And then on the side, I'm doing like fucking video productions because I started doing YouTube and learning about this. And then now the podcast. So
are you a risk taker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that risk, bro.
So when you were saying that you're more calculated, I say yes to a lot of shit. Like when it's like something I don't know, I get excited. I'm like, fuck it, that's a challenge. Like I'll fucking take it. So when you're saying that, I was thinking that too. Like I say no to a lot of things, but I like to take those challenges.
Yeah,
that's dope.
No, I think it's good. I think there's a balance of stretching yourself and not accepting things for what they are all the time. You know, it's good to challenge yourself, but also being calculated. Like, how do you challenge yourself? Like, you know, like there's a margin of like, yeah, I could stretch myself 25%, but I won't go 50 or 100%. Like, I can stretch myself this much, and I think that's okay. But anything above that, like, it's gonna be too much, you know? Because at the end of the day, like that event at Coachella, like what would that have made me? That would have made me maybe a couple $1,000s. But what would it have done to my staff going forward for the summer? What damage would I had caused, like overworking them and maybe shifting their perspective of who we are as owners by overworking them? All this morale, all this time, company culture that we put in, now we're changing who we are because we want this look.
You want Coachella, that quick bread real quick.
Yeah, we want to make this couple $1,000s. Like now it's gonna cost me way more time, way more money to like shift them back and be like, hey, no, like that was a one-time thing, or I just don't need to add stress to them, to be honest. You know, like they don't need to go through that. And I want them ultimately, like what I'm building is bigger than any Coachella opportunity at this current time. But you know, I can plan for that. Like had I known that they wanted us there, I would have I could have planned accordingly, you know, but hopefully next year.
Yeah.
But not every opportunity you should say yes to. Saying no is super powerful. And
but saying no in the way you said it, that's powerful too. Because a lot of people don't know how to say no.
Because it's calculated. He thought about it.
A lot of people, they're scared to say no. They're scared to even ask for help, like shit like that. Like you gotta.
That's another thing too. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help, bro. That will set.
I struggle with that a lot, bro. I do a lot.
That'll make or break a business right there.
Yeah.
Or even an individual. Like like there's so many resources out there. Like I'm not on video, right? I'm like slouching.
I think he put a battery in.
Yeah, you're on video.
Oh my gosh. This is like, I'm gonna pick my nose. Anyways, I was chilling. Dang, I didn't know that. Okay, it's cool.
Sorry, that's 7 people watching. Still watching.
No, it's cool. Yeah, asking for help, bro, is so important. Like you don't grow up with like a Theo who's a doctor or a Theo who's a lawyer or a Theo who owns commercial property, or you know, maybe you do, and if you do that, you're blessed. But see, I didn't grow up with that personally, so I knew it was important for me to like seek those people out. You know, like I've done things that like have put me in positions to like be around very influential people or people that I know that can help me, not by giving me money, but giving me knowledge.
Yeah.
Giving me like resources, you know, like
I tapped in on with like he showed me that. Like, hey bro, talk to this dude. Build that relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna tell this story because not to make me seem like any other way, but like just willing to do whatever it takes. So like I always was like, I want to meet the owner who owns the Empire Polo Grounds, right? Mr. Hagan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Hagan, I'm like, bro, how do I meet this dude? Like I've always wanted to meet him just to like know him. Like this guy, he's super wealthy, super smart. Like I read a lot about him. People feel a lot of ways about, you know, people in these high positions, whatever. But like on a business level, like I always wanted to meet him. So I worked this event with the restaurant that I worked at. They also do catering. And I was like, oh, it's at his property. So like I went and lost money serving to do a catering event. So that way I could run into him, hopefully, right? Didn't really get to meet him. I said hi to him. He got like a juice at one of the stands that I was working at. But I was like, damn, I really wanted to meet him. Like, just so he knows who I am, I can build a relationship and have access to like Mr. Hagan in some capacity. And I was like, damn, I didn't get to meet him. It sucks, you know? So, and then I started working the VIP section. This was the 4x4 event that I worked.
Okay.
With
at the over there by the lake and shit?
Yeah, the
house in Thermal. Dude, that's crazy. How is that even there, bro?
Bro, yeah. It's crazy.
I should have.
That's where the Soho House was this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But anyways, I did the event because I was like, I want to just be close to this man. And then I was working the VIP, and this guy walks up, and he's like talking to me. He's like, "Oh, what do you have here?" And I'm serving at the buffet, so like people walk up, I have to explain what the food is, and I'm talking about the food in such like detail that he's like, Are you a chef? Like, do you cook? And I go, no, I'm just passionate about food, you know? And he's like, oh, like, so you're not a chef? And I'm like, yes, I'm a chef. And he's like, cool. He's like, I have an event that I'm gonna be working and I want you to like help me if you're interested. And I'm like, hell yeah, like for sure. I said yes, and I didn't even know what it was, where it was at. It ended up being Mr. Hagen's Blue and White Party.
Oh shit.
Or it's like this, I don't know, it's like this event that he has on the grounds. And I ended up finding out like after I said yes. And I was like, oh, this might be a cool opportunity to like meet Mr. Hagen. I didn't know what this guy needed from me. He just told me, here's my number. And then we were texting. He's like, okay, show up at like 6 a.m. We're going to start prepping. And I'm like, damn, this event starts at 7. And I was like, maybe I'll like work and I'll just prep and then I'm going to leave. You know, I can't work more than 8 hours, 10 hours. So I get there at 6 and we start building this fire. And long story short, bro, it ended up being this very long day. Like we cooked over like 80 chickens, hundreds of, I actually worked the event and that's how I met Sinful Sweets' brother, Amaro. He works for BBC Catering. And anyways, bro.
He runs that now.
Oh, he runs it.
Yeah, he's in charge. He's top dog now.
Amaro's crazy, bro. He's a great dude. Shout out Amaro. And I met him, and this guy's introducing me like, oh, this is my chef. He's working with me. He's helping me out. And, bro, I didn't show up with knives. I didn't show up with anything. I just took the opportunity because I'm like, I'm getting closer to Mr. Hagen in some capacity. Like, I want to meet the people around him. I want to meet important people. Like, I need agency. I don't have anybody to look up to or ask questions. And so, anyways, I worked this long event. I ended up going in at 6, and I didn't get done working for this guy until about 9 at night. So, I don't know, that's like, what, 6, 7, 8, it's like 15 hours. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get paid. And I didn't even ask him to get paid. But he asked me, like in the middle, he's like, oh, I realize you're not a chef. Like, I realize he's like, I realize you're putting in work. He's like, why did you do this? Like, why did you take this? I was like, honestly, I just want to meet Mr. Hagen. Like, you know, it's like, it would be a dream to be able to meet somebody like him so I can maybe one day reach out to him and ask him for advice or, you know, a potential opportunity, you know, for us to work together. But how will I ever get that opportunity? Yeah. I'll never run into him. I'll never see him at Food for Less, at Cardenas, at the Dollar Tree. Like, that's where I go. Like, that's how I live my life. I'm never going to run into him. So I had to make my own opportunity. And anyways, like, I ended up meeting, like, a lot of people through that event. Very important people that remember me from that event. And the chef, this was one of Mr. Hagen's like personal chefs. He's like, okay, well, before the night ends, like, for me, I'm not going to pay you, but I'm going to make sure you meet him. And I was able to sit down and talk to Mr. Hagen for like a solid like 15 minutes.
That's sick. And
that was cool, bro. Like, I'm sitting there, he's drinking like a scotch, I'm drinking a water, and he's just like, we're just talking. Like, I don't know, it just felt like I was accomplished, you know? So I say that story to ask for help, you know? Like, asking for help is super important. Putting yourself in a position to, like, be connected with people like that. Like, Mr. Hagen might not remember me, to be honest, but I have a card that he gave me that was his personal card, and he wrote something on it, and I have that card in my wallet, and, you know, I know one day, like, when I meet him or when I talk to him, I'll be able to remind him, like, hey, remember we had this conversation, and it just kind of gives me, like, what's that word? Like, not social equity, but it just gives me like oh yeah, like, you're that one kid. I remember, like,
validation.
Kind of like, not validation, but like, I guess social equity is probably the best. Like, just like, he knows me. Like, I can trust you. You
have a moment with him. Yeah, it's a moment. You created something.
Yeah, just a moment. So I say that to say, like, there's always a way to put yourself in positions if you need help, like, you know, with anything in life. Like, reach out to people. The worst they could say is no. Me and my business partner reached out to probably like 15 different coffee shop owners asking, how did you get this permit? How did you do this? Nobody replied.
That's weird to me. Like, when people do that, it's really weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, even like if it's the same coffee type thing, like, and you don't want to give like information like that's weird, because how is, like, whatever. But like me, for example, like, when people ask
someone asks you to try to help,
give you the whole recipe. Like, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're straight.
This one dude came up last week or like 3 weekends ago. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna start selling fries." I was like, "That's cool, bro." I was like, "Oh, what kind of fries are you gonna sell?" He's like, "I can't tell you." He's like, "You're gonna take my idea?" I was like, "Not really, bro." I was like, "But if you need help, let me know." I was like, "You see my setup, like, exactly how I do. I'll give you the whole recipe, but you won't do it like me. But I can help you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just definitely, there's some things in life that money can't buy, like relationship, like the things that he did to meet Mr. Hagen and to be in that position, money couldn't buy that. I mean, I'm sure it could. Like, you'd be like, hey, I'll give you $10,000 to sit down with you.
Yeah.
But he
Like,
finagled
that's
it.
nothing for that.
Yeah, and and I'll say another story too, Ramon. And like I don't think I ever told him this. He'll probably, I don't know if he ever watched the podcast.
Probably laugh.
He'll probably laugh at this point.
He'd
But
be like, oh, really?
So you know, like Ramon Chavez, he owns
The vehicle registration.
vehicle registration, and this dude owns like he's just a really cool dude. He's like a local guy.
Yeah.
He owns property and stuff, and like
He's a hustler.
He's
too, bro.
and he's a really nice guy. And I remember like thinking, I'm like, man, this guy's really accomplished. You know, he's
It's the guy I rent from. Sorry.
Yeah, it's the guy he rents from right there at the corner. He owns
okay.
The Valentinos, he owns that whole little corner. Anyways, and I was just like, man, this would probably be a good guy, like, you know, that I could reach out to. And, you know, I don't know how I'd ever meet him. And so, like, I noticed that he has a registration service. So I was like, bro, he's at the DMV all the time. And I remember asking one of the ladies, I was like, hey, when does Ramon come in here? Like, what hours? So I would go to the DMV and not do anything at the DMV, but just to run into him, bump into him. And I remember I did that like 4 or 5 times, and he didn't show up. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm in my car. And then one day I see his car pull up. He gets out, and I'm like, yo, he's right there. And I'm just like, and I go in there acting like I'm gonna pay some registration. I get a number and everything, and then he sees me. He's like, oh, hey, you know, like or I say hello to him. It's like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, oh, like, yeah, it was good. And we just start talking, and long story short, I'm able to build a relationship with him, and now we talk on the phone. Like, I reach out to him, I ask him for advice all the time. But through that moment of like needing somebody in my corner that can like help me like get to a position that he's at, he's obviously way like, this dude is doing big things. And, you know, to me, I'm like, man, I need people like that in my life. I need people to look up to, people to like reach out to. And yeah, like I did that because I needed somebody, you know, I needed to be able to have some kind of relationship. And how do you have a relationship if you don't have nobody who knows him to introduce me? Like, I made my own opportunity, you know, and that example goes for anybody. Like, you know, if you really want something, like, you'll figure out a way to like do it. And I'm not doing it in a creepy way either. Like, you know, I'm doing it for the purpose of like I needed somebody, you know, to like ask business questions or just to look up to, honestly, to be inspired by, you know, like I didn't want to do it from a distance. Like, I want to be able to text you, call you, like, hey, like, what do you think about this? Or like, how did you get here? Like,
that's exactly what I did with him.
Or like, what was your mindset, you know? And like, and he's helped me out so much. I have conversations with him all the time. Like, and
he's real giving too, with like anything you got, he'll be like, can you call me?
Yeah.
Shoot him a call.
And most people in his position people in his position that have like, you know, tons of real estate and tons of resources and capital, like, they're willing to give you game, but
there's not too many people that are willing to ask for it, though.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Like, people are too
like
cool.
We were saying earlier, like,
people are too cool.
There's so much that the cities and all kinds of programs and people that you just need to have if you have, like you said, you have a plan, you know you're doing, you get those opportunities because you know that these people are willing to help. It's just that it's just
you're just not asking the right questions.
Yeah, like, and then the people that are asking the questions is like they don't have a plan, or they just be like, oh, help me fucking do, like, someone like, oh, I'm gonna start my own business and shit. But like, you know,
what does that mean?
Arrogance.
Like, yeah.
But you don't, you know what I mean? Like, you're passionate, you have a plan, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And I had somebody do that to me. I had a kid. He came up to me. Not a kid. He's like 19.
I think you told me that story. Yeah.
I don't think I told you this one, but the kid comes up to me. There's been a couple times where people come up to me, they ask me questions like, how do you start a coffee shop? I'm like, bro, that's a big question, bro. Like, that's my whole life, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just like, hey, you know what, bro? Like, if you come back and have like just like a simpler question for me, or like a list of questions, I'll be down to run them through like really quick with you. Like, so I never like shoo people away from asking questions, but I also balance, like, I have like time constraints, like, as much as I can offer, you know, as far as my time, but I'm always willing to like give any kind of assistance or game to people, because that's what I needed, you know, at one point in time, and I still need, like, I still do things to meet certain
just game at a different level.
Yeah,
you know, so you keep searching for higher, like, for our relationship, for example, like, I would go to him a lot for like, hey, bro, how should I do this? Where should I go? Well, now that I've built it up to that point, he's seeking out bigger relationships. And so am I. You know what I'm saying? Because he met Ramon, and then I met Ramon through him. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to shoot for that stature of finances one day. So just building your relationship at a higher tier each time. You know what I'm saying? Just keep
because you never want to be the biggest, the smartest person in your circle. Like if you look at your contacts and you're like the most, not even the most financially like better off than everybody else, but like if you're just like the most the biggest fish in the room, like that's not always a good thing.
At that level.
Yeah, you'll always stay there. You know, like I'm trying to make my fish tank as big as possible because I want to be able to like, I want to be the guy that people want to come and seek and ask questions and want that relationship. Like the people that I'm seeking out, like I want to be that person one day, you know, and I'm working towards that. But yeah, seeking mentorship, all that stuff is super important because like you're never gonna have all the questions, but you never even know like the person in front of you, the person like at the grocery store, like these professionals that are in your industry, like they have the answers. They have the answers and you can get them, you know? It just don't be too cool. You know, being too cool, you'll never start a business. Being too cool, you'll never ask for advice. Or maybe you're not too cool, but you're too shy. Like it's gonna be so hard to grow. So hard to grow. I'd rather learn from like this dude's lessons and save 2 years of my life of making mistakes than being too cool or too shy I don't want to, I'll figure it out. Like that's just not the way things
figure it
work.
out mentality, like trying to figure it out yourself. Like I said, it'll make or break your business. I mean, it's good to be like, oh, I'll thug it out. I'll figure it out one way or another. Mm-hmm. But without asking somebody, hey, bro, what do you think about this? Like that's crucial to.
No, and you're having those conversations. They start answering or coming up with something, and then sometimes you figure out too. Have you guys ever had that moment where like
it clicks?
You tell your problem to somebody, and as you tell them the problem, maybe they're analyzing it, and then you're just saying it out loud.
Yeah,
you're like, oh shit, I should
you answer your own
question. Come up with the solution yourself.
It's because you put yourself.
I do
in the
that
box.
a lot, actually. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, all right, bro. Hey, let me call you back real quick. Yeah,
yeah. This Coachella, bro. Like I had like a life-changing experience. Like a lot of shit clicked. So when you were telling me what I want to do like 5 years from now, I can't talk about it in the podcast. I'll tell you guys after. Right. But it's just like I finally figured it out. Like I've been doing YouTube without a plan for fucking years, like making videos. I never knew what the end goal when I started doing it. I started with, like I said, 2007, but that was just like, I was part of a video productions class. I uploaded one video that I edited for that class. It was the Bell game, the football game. And then 2015 is when I decided that I was like, I'm going to make content because I see other people making content. I started with book reviews, bro. I was just reading books, watching YouTube videos of what book I should read next. And then I was like, I'm watching these YouTubers talk about the books. I'm going to start talking about books I'm reading. That's how I started. And then from there, jumped into movies. Then I was already going to Coachella all those years, and I made a few Coachella videos here and there.
That blew up.
Until one of them blew up.
Yeah.
It was Coachella 2018. I made like a 10 tips for Coachella or some shit like that. And I got like 10K views. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
my quality was trash back then.
How many
too.
views has it got right now?
I don't even know.
It's up there?
It's popping.
It's up there.
It's got some.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got some.
Brand new video was popping.
Like, every year I just like, even I wasn't even consistent because it's always been a hobby, I never took it serious. So 2019, I made like 20 Coachella videos, like tip videos before the event. And I got like, in the month of April, just a lot of things, luck, opportunity, meeting the right people. And it was literally by meeting the right people.
Things that were meant to happen.
Yeah, I started the podcast, terrible quality, no mics, just a fucking thing. I ended up having Oscar, who's a city council member on the podcast, and the mayor of Coachella watched it, or he saw that he was on my podcast, and I went to do a vlog, like City of Coachella Mariachi Festival. I don't know what it was, and I met the mayor. And then I'm like, oh, I did the podcast with Oscar. He's like, oh, yeah, I saw that on Facebook or whatever. He's like, and I'm like, you ever done a podcast? And he's like, yeah, I'm down. And he fucking gave me his address. We did it at his house. That's and the audio sucks, bro. Like, I'm like looking back, it's stupid that I didn't even have mics, but I literally talked to him
one-on-one. The content that's on there that's valuable.
I talked to him for an hour in his house, bro, like the mayor. And I was like, what the fuck? And literally a week later, he texted me, hey, Los Tucanes are getting the keys to the city. You want to come film? I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Like, I literally went. I did a vlog. I asked a question to Los Tucanes about like, because La Chona was trending on TikTok or whatever. And that fool answered the question. Like, I literally asked the fucking guy from Los Tucanes, bro. Like,
that's hard.
Crazy, bro. And then I made that vlog. I posted it. I tagged them. They shared it to their official Facebook page, my vlog. Like, and I got like 50,000 views from that fucking post. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they watched that shit.
When you do stuff like that, does it give you like validation? Like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's validation as like,
Internally.
Like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And like I said, I never had a plan. It was always things were just falling into place by just putting yourself out there. And I'm more of a shy person. Like you were saying, you can't be shy. I do, like, people think I'm like super outgoing because I do social media and stuff, but it's like I'm not, bro. I'm like a little shy, to be honest. Like how Brian came up to me asking about videos, I wouldn't do that to somebody. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
5 years ago, I wouldn't either.
But look at Brian. Damn, look
Brian's
at Brian.
that for fucking. He doesn't go fuck.
No,
bro.
he's
That
a go getter. He's hungry.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
hungry.
I told EJ about
bro,
Brian.
dude,
I
this
was
is
like,
19 years old. When he's 30, bro, he's gonna be a fucking. I don't know what he's
Billionaire.
gonna be doing, but he's gonna be.
Yeah, he's
big,
gonna be
bro.
out of here.
When I was 18, bro, I was getting drunk, fucking playing BP
Yeah.
and fucking garages and shit, like
Yeah.
doing cake
same,
stands.
bro. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I've been doing YouTube for like a few years, and then this Coachella 2022, I didn't do as many videos. I try to focus more on quality every time. So I want every video to be better quality, just taking it more serious, more consistent. And then now the podcast, trying to stay more consistent. Like I had the space at the food park. Also, that one just came up. I talked to Eric. He's like, hey, I have this spot for you. Because I had told him my idea. Like, I want to set up a studio for podcasting. I invested a bunch of money in there. We only lasted a year, you know, but whatever. That was a learning experience. Because some of those videos where quality was trash too. And even now, like, we're still finding it as we go. It's a lot of equipment. It's a lot of moving parts, 3 cameras, fucking.
No, it's a whole
But
production,
shit like
bro.
that is what
crazy, bro.
separates you from.
But I know that we're doing something right. And no one else is doing shit like this
Coachella hit you
here.
up.
Yeah, like the director of the documentary came to my house. This guy who
Hell
did this fucking documentary. He came over to the house. I haven't made the video, but
That's hard.
that shit coming up in the next couple of weeks. He came to my house. He's like, "Well, I don't even have one of those. I didn't even get a poster from the movie. Like, how the hell you get that?" So this fool, he didn't get none of the stuff because the movie came out when the pandemic hit. So they had to shut down the Golden Voice like building. So everything got shut down around the movie and everything was just offline. So yeah, he came to the house. We were talking for 2 hours, like recording here, recording outside, recording.
That's hard.
And then they featured me on the fucking Coachella live stream, bro. Like
I
people,
could see you being the voice of the Coachella.
That's what I
Valley.
was telling.
Yeah.
Oh,
People
I wasn't
waiting.
telling you. I was telling somebody else.
people waiting to see like Harry Styles on the stream, and then my video, like a 30-second thing that they edited and shit, came on, bro. And I got so many messages.
Oh yeah. I saw that on your. You posted on your story, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's dope.
It was
bro.
crazy, bro. Like, it was just this whole month's been crazy. And like I said, I've never had a plan. It's just been doing. And at Coachella, everything finally clicked of what I want to do. So it's like I have all these cool ideas. So I'll tell you guys,
Write them down, bro.
man, it's
Yeah.
just exciting. And like what you're saying is this therapeutic. I love this type of shit. Just it doesn't even matter. Of course, this is like a dope conversation because you guys like run a business and I run business too. So it's like a different level. But if it's an artist and they're like super passionate, telling me this, like their story, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's dope. Like yesterday I had a DJ, then I had like a grupo like norteño. They play music. They tell me they get paid to play at parties. They give them free food and they get beer and they're fucking playing music. Like that's a fucking dope ass job.
dream, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everyone's got their own thing. You know, like DJing, you're controlling the crowd. You're reading the crowd. You're seeing them smile when you play a certain song, or like, you know what I mean? Like someone requests a song and then you fucking play it for them, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's our wedding song or something. You know what I mean? Like there's so much like fun and greatness in the world, and everyone could tap into their own thing. And like at Coachella, I got the like realization when I would go into like an artist, I don't know who's playing, and then but in front of me there's like a group of people, and they're like the song starts playing, they're like, oh, it's our song, and they're all singing the lyrics and going crazy. I'm like, yes, like that's your band. That's fucking dope. Like everyone's got their own thing, you know. So it's like, man, it's just I just want to help people, and that's like the best thing too, because I've been doing all this stuff with the mindset of helping people. So all of my videos is not like, oh, I'm going to Coachella. It's like, oh, what to take to Coachella. Trying to help people because there's no one making that content either. No. What to take, how to save money, what to wear, boom, boom. And it's always helping people. You always kind of have to make content. As far as like content, social media is like helping people.
Value add.
And that's way more rewarding, bro. Like, and then putting yourself out there and doing this shit. Like I've helped some people start their own podcasts, or, oh, you encouraged me to take photos, and like now I'm doing videos, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And I'm always like, if you need help with anything, just let me know, and I try to help people. So
Yeah. No,
That
for
goes
sure.
a long way, bro. Reaching your hand out will go forever. You know what I'm saying? Being genuine with people, that goes a long way.
Yeah.
that's the way to grow, bro. And then it's like, I have this like mindset, like if people just work together, everyone wins more. Or it's like it's just a better product because it's more set advice. You might give me advice about something. You give me advice about something.
For sure.
We just feed off each other, and like it's just everybody grows, bro. Their own way, everyone's got different plans. Like it's just
it takes a village, bro. Like, and I believe that like in raising a child, and like a business isn't in a lot of ways is a child as well. You know,
100%.
Like,
it's got its a whole ass identity.
Yeah,
a whole tax number to it. It's got a social security number.
Exactly.
It's a thing, bro.
So you need people in your corner. Like you need mentorship. You need friends. You need people like, you know, family members to support you, because that's how it starts. Like, bro, nobody was going to Everbloom and like buying coffee. Like, you know, in the beginning, you know, like it was family, it was friends, it was, you know, shout out Adam, Arturo, Damien, you know, Alec, you know, rest in peace to homie Nick. Like they were outside, like posted up all the time, telling their friends, like always showing mad love. So like I'll always remember that, you know, and I appreciate that. But it takes people, you know, to be honest with you, like, hey, your product's trash, or hey, you need to change this, or I think this. And I got a lot of that, bro, starting up. And so a lot of our success is due to like a village, you know, essentially, like, you know, and that's why I'm so passionate about connecting to other business owners. Some business owners are too cool though, you know, they're like, oh, I'm doing it my way, I'm doing my thing. And that's cool too, you know, like I seek that out, because like it's hard to talk to some people about like the issues of having a business to people that don't have a business, because they can't really understand sometimes.
They can't relate.
Yeah, so you need people for those conversations. You need like other business owners a lot of the majority of the time.
Yeah.
And just to help one another, bro, to inspire, because like there might be a time where you're not feeling too hot, you know, or like sales are down. Like, you know, I know there's a time like Everbloom, like, bro, we were super slow over this one month, and I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know, like what are we doing? Do I need to do something else? And I just remember getting encouragement from like a lot of my homies like that, on like, you know, Marcel, Steve, you know, Matt. And yeah, like those things help you. They help you get through like the hard times, you know, because your business has like ups and downs. But yeah, it takes a village for sure.
It's all the same answer too, which is part of the game.
Yeah.
Whenever slow sales are down, it's just part of the game, homie. You got to take it as it comes. Yeah. That's the hard part though, that nobody can't get your hand walked through. You got to fight through that. You know?
Yeah, you got to fight through it. There's like those times where like everything's just fucking high, and you can't even keep up because the demand's crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's like anything. And that's life too. Yeah. Life, you go through ups and downs, relationships, personal, finance, health. Like, you know, everything we gotta. It's not just at the top. You know, it's you gotta balance it.
Yeah.
So okay, so where could people find you social media? Because I know we've gone on forever. We could go for another 2 hours.
What is this, 3 hours?
I do want to say one thing though before we end, because like I just want to say one thing. It's gonna be quick. It's just like also because you might hear like our story, like my story, Matt's story, your story, and think like, oh, I gotta hustle, I gotta do this, I gotta like, you know, get mentored. Like do whatever like is gonna make you happy at the end of the day. Yeah. Like don't chase the bag. Like the bag comes when you just follow like, you know, your passion, you know.
What if your passion is the bag though?
I don't know.
Because that's my passion, is the bag.
Dang, that's a whole contradiction to what I just said. Dang,
we have to continue.
No. It's 100% true, like what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I think. I mean, maybe we talk more off air about it.
We gotta do another episode, bro. This just. I want to keep going for another 3 hours.
Like for example, my passion is people. Like I love people. I love connecting with people. I love meeting people. Obviously, I'm an extrovert, and so how do I get to do that? Through coffee. You know, so like that's my passion, and I found a way to monetize my passion.
Yeah,
you know, like how can I make money doing what I love? You know, is it even a feasible thing? So my biggest thing is like I tell my story, but my story isn't going to be somebody else's story. Maybe they don't want that. Maybe the mom and pop owner operated business works for them. You know, and that's okay. There's no your standard of living should be your own standard of living. Like you shouldn't feel less than because, you know, you're not at a certain point in your life or your business doesn't look like another business. Everyone's in their own lane. And ultimately, like, it's very important for you to just do what you love. Like on a personal level, like, you know, business is great, but, you know, don't feel like you got to do things the way I did it. You don't have to do that. That's what worked for me. Might not work for you.
Yeah, there's those people like you're saying they've been running the business for 30 years and they're there every day and every morning, and they don't want to branch out. They're just handling their thing. They found their thing that's like helping their family, fucking support them. Boom, that's their thing. So yeah, like you don't have to own a business. No? If you want to work and you love that job and think you could do something with that job, and then on the weekends you have a lot of free time to hang out with your family and go and travel, do all these other things. Like there's people that love like going to like Joshua Tree, or they love fishing, or they love doing like camping and hiking and all these like Utah and all that shit. Like go for it, you know, like that's everyone's got their own passions, but there's no right or wrong way as long as at the end of the day you're happy.
100%.
And just happiness.
Yeah, and you live your life for you and not nobody else or anybody's expectations, you know? I just had to say that because I talk very passionately about like how I believe, but that doesn't always work for everybody else, you know?
So the key of this episode is to be happy and chase the bag.
Be happy in the bag follow.
We gotta run it back another day, bro. This is fucking dope. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up and all that good stuff. I'll put all the links in the description. Everbloom. He doesn't have social media, so just Everbloom Coffee.
Just pull up to the shop, say hello. I'm usually there. Yeah.
And then Papa Headz, we'll put the link in the description, Matt and everybody. So
thank you for having us, bro.
Yeah, thank you for having us, bro.
This conversation.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do it again with you, bro.
Yeah, we got to run it back for sure. I got to eat first next time, though.